practice the form of voodoo out there too.
Shalom, part 2 of the camp. We had a little mishap technically, but we're gonna finish out. Go ahead.
So my question is in regard to regeneration or reincarnation. I know you guys refer to it as regeneration, but it's supposed to be the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Basically.
I mean, no, it's not the same thing, but you can refer to it as that, but reincarnation is more like my spirit goes back into like a damn cat or something like that.
I mean, but for the most part, most people think that reincarnation is you die, your soul, and you get reborn in another life.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right.
It says that in the Bible.
So if you go to the book of Luke, let me go to the book of Luke. If you go to Luke 16:19, right? You want me to read that?
Oh. Okay, go ahead. Lazarus, yeah.
This one puts a dent in the reincarnation.
Are you sure?
Luke 16:9. And I say unto you, make to yourselves friends.
No, 16:19.
16:19. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom.
What's Abraham's bosom?
Abraham's bosom is supposed to be a place. I'm not sure, right? I'm just telling you what I think it is. It's a place under the earth. And it's going to give an explanation of what it is. If you keep reading, it's going to...
Under the earth?
Under the earth, yeah.
All right, yeah,
But keep going. It's
never know, but yeah, let's go. Go ahead.
Keep going.
That's wrong, but go ahead. Yeah.
All right.
The rich man also died and was buried.
Read.
And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torment, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom.
Wait a minute. So Abraham and this guy's in the same place, in the same realm?
No, he saw him afar off. He's in a different place.
But he's in hell, though. Abraham's in hell?
No.
Okay, well, let's ask him questions.
Abraham's bosom is a different place. It's going to explain to you. Keep
so
going.
He can see him from hell? That's
you can see him, yeah, because it's going to explain it right here. It's going to keep going, bro. It's going to break it down.
I said ask a couple questions. Go ahead. I'm going to explain it, though. Go ahead. Where's he at?
Verse 24. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me.
Go ahead.
And send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water.
Read.
And cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame.
Read.
But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things.
Exactly. Go ahead.
But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented.
Go ahead.
And besides all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf.
Between me and you, there is a gulf fixed. If you look up the word gulf, the first definition is a portion of the ocean encompassed by land. The second definition is an abyss.
This is very simple. But we don't.
So he's saying there's a separation, right? There's a separation, so that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us. So they're in a different place. They're seeing each other from. They're not in exactly the same place. They're far off. Some are far off. Understand that? So neither can they pass to us that will come from thence. Then he said, I pray thee, therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house, for I have 5 brethren, that he may testify unto them, lest they also come into this place of torment. So he doesn't want his brothers coming down to this same place, right?
Who, Lazarus or the rich man?
Rich man.
So who's he speaking to?
He's speaking to Abraham.
Okay, so this sounds, well, your understanding sounds very bizarre. So you mean to tell me Abraham's going to somehow communicate with this person's 5 brothers in a spiritual realm?
No, he's saying he's asking to send somebody. He's asking to send. He's asking to send Lazarus. He's saying send Lazarus up there so he can warn my brother.
He already knows.
No, but he's saying send him up there.
He already knows.
I don't know. That's kind of confusing.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make sense. But I'm gonna explain. Go ahead. Get.
All right. So then. Okay.
You got that?
It says, read.
Man, this block is so bugged out. This is crazy.
So 29. I'm gonna keep reading.
Go ahead.
Abraham said unto him, they have Moses and the prophets, let them hear them. So he's basically saying they got the commandments, right? He's saying they got the first,
Who has the commandments?
people up there, people living, right? They have the commandments, the first testament and the commandments. That's what that means. And he said, nay, Father Abraham, but if one went up from the dead, they will repent. And he said unto him, if they hear not Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded, though one rose from the dead. And he's supposed to be speaking in future tense of Jesus Christ. He's supposed to be future tense of Jesus Christ.
Hey, but
So,
you know what the
can you
funny
explain?
thing is?
I mean, that's a clear description of hell, right? That's a
Just
clear
like how they bring
description.
out scriptures.
Some
That's
people
why-
say the hell doesn't exist.
They'll say something like,
Can you give an explanation as far as flames? He's
Absolutely.
talking about flames, torment.
Who gave this parable? Christ, right?
Yeah,
This is a parable, right?
it's a parable.
Parable. You know what a parable is?
It's like a story set in symbolic.
Exactly. It's also, exactly. It's an allegory. So that's not even a real story. He's giving a parable or something. So when you go down to where you read,
But you gotta prove to me that this is a parable. You gotta
so
prove
it's just common sense. Well, first and foremost, I want to go to Job, because we brought this up before, Job 3, and you mentioned, where does it say? Where does it say? Verse 22, and it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom, and the rich man also died and was buried, and in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. So somebody's in hell and somebody's in Abraham's bosom, but they can see each other. So you're referencing hell as a literal eternal place.
It's not a gulf like in English would be a gulf of water. This is just the same as a vacancy,
Yeah, exactly.
a void.
That's what I said, abyss. I said second definition is an abyss.
Yeah, that's the English definition, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm looking into the Greek right now, and
What does it say abyss?
a
He said a
form
void.
of an absolute prime power, a gate, a yawn, a gaping opening, a chasm, a gulf.
Castle.
Look,
The chasm is
Where's
an
the
strong
abyss.
definition of plasma. A form of an absolute primary, a gate, a yawn, a chasm, a vacancy, an impassable interval.
So it's Yahweh Shai is making a reference. First of all, it's a parable of the Israelites and the other nations. That's what it's talking about. We're being saved because we're in Abraham's seed. That's all it's talking about. The other nations are going to be in torment when we get the kingdom. That's all it's referencing. But get there in Job 3 to talk about why they can see each other. Because this is what happens in the spirit world when people die. You know what I want? Because we brought it out last week. We go get Job. I think it starts at like 12. Job 3 and 12. And we're gonna edify you. So like I said, it's a parable. It's not anything literal. Because if that's the case, if there's a quote unquote Abraham's bosom, which is deemed as what, heaven, obviously?
No, it's not heaven. It's supposed to be a place of rest and quiet for souls.
You're right. We're gonna read about it.
Righteous
We're gonna read about it.
Job 3 and 11. Why died I not from the womb?
Go ahead.
Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly?
Read.
Why did the knees prevent?
This is Job talking about his affliction. Read.
Or why the breasts that I should suck?
Read.
For now should I have lain still and been quiet, I should have slept.
Exactly. I should have slept. I should have died. You're talking about dying. I would have died. I would rather die than go to this. Read.
Then I had been at rest with kings and counselors of the earth.
Go ahead. I would have been at rest with kings and counselors. Read.
Which built desolate places for themselves.
Go ahead.
Or with princes that had gold who filled their houses.
Exactly. I would have died with all these prominent people. Read.
Or has a hidden untimely birth. I had not been as infants which never saw the light.
Exactly. So people die at stillborn birth, anything like that. Read. You're talking about everybody that's dying. Go ahead.
There, the wicked cease from troubling.
Exactly. The wicked cease from troubling when they die. Go ahead.
And there, the weary be at rest.
The weary be at rest. That's Lazarus, right? That's what it's talking about. Go ahead.
There, the prisoners rest together.
The prisoners rest together. Go ahead.
They hear not the voice of the oppressor.
They don't hear the voice of the oppressor. Go ahead.
The small and the great are there.
The small and the great. The rich man and Lazarus are there. That's what it's talking about. This is the spirit world. It's not talking about heaven or hell. And also,
that's Joel what?
Job.
Oh,
Job 3.
Start at 11.
11 down to like maybe 16, 17. Yeah. But go to we can get Ecclesiastes. What you got? Go ahead.
The small and the great are there.
The small and the great are there. The rich man's there. Lazarus is there. They're all there. Resting. That's it.
The servant is free from his master.
The servant's free from. Go to Ecclesiastes 3.
That's the spiritual world.
Spiritual. So Job is going through affliction, and he's being basically the Most High sent Satan to afflict Job because his faith. Job's like, man, I'm going through so much affliction, I'd rather just die. But he's talking about, okay, if I die, I'm going to be with the king, I'm going to be with the princes, I'm going to be with the people in prison, I'm going to be with the people at the prison, I'm going to be with the small and great. That's what he's talking about. So we're going to elaborate with that.
Ecclesiastes 3 and 20. All go unto one place.
All go into actually start at 18.
Verse 18. I said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men.
Go ahead.
That the Most High might manifest them.
Read.
And that they might see that they themselves are beasts. For that which befalleth the sons of men.
That was befalleth me. Go ahead.
Befalleth beasts.
Exactly. Everything that happens. Animals die midnight. Read.
Even one thing befalleth them. As the one dieth, so dieth the other.
Exactly. Beasts and men die. Read.
Yea, they have all one breath.
They have all one breath. Read.
So that a man hath no preeminence above beasts.
Exactly. We all die the same. Read.
For all is vanity.
All is vanity.
All go into one place.
All go into one place. Go ahead.
All are of the dust. And all turn to dust again.
Read.
Who knoweth the spirit of man?
The spirit of what?
Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward?
Goeth upward. What else?
The spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth.
There's no hell. The spirit of man goes upward back to the spirit. Well, that's what Job's talking about. That's all it's talking about. There's no heaven and hell. Lazarus and Lazarus and the rich man saw each other because they're in the same spirit world. That's not talking about hell. It's a parable first and foremost. Like it's referencing the Israelites versus the other nations. That's what it's talking about. Because our salvation is going to be, we're going to be far off from them. They're going to be separate from this like it's ordained. That's all it's talking about.
So it's saying animals have spirits?
Of course.
They go up.
Of course. No, read that again. Read that again. The spirit of man goes upward, the spirit of the beast goes downward. Go ahead.
Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward?
Read.
Spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth.
That's 21? Okay, exactly. Spirit of man goes upward. That's it. The Bible don't contradict itself, so which one is it? You can't say it's hell, then all of a sudden Abraham's bosom is supposed to be. It doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense. Ecclesiastes 3:20 to 21. You can start at 20:21. These were the Job 3. Start at what, 11 down to. That dude's finished. But yeah, that's all it's talking about. But it's a parable about the Israelites and the other nations.
Well, I never heard of that it was a parable. So that's why,
Well, Christ took in parables. Like this logically thinking, like I said, even objectively looking at it, Abraham's bosom is supposed to be a place of comfort. Obviously, the rich man, but okay, well, I don't want people to be torment like I'm doing, but it's referencing the other nations, chiefly the white man, honestly.
So you're saying it's talking like about the future?
Of course.
After like when Jesus comes.
Exactly, because we're Abraham's seed. Go get Romans 9. Get Romans 9 and 3. Because people try to mix up, oh, we're all Abraham's children, but no. Abraham's bosom is obviously the people that descend from him, the chosen people. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the 12 sons. That's it. That's who's going to Abraham's bosom. But it's not actually heaven. But when it talks about paradise, that's when we're going to be ruling over everybody else. Read that. Romans 9 and 3 and 4.
Romans 9 and 3.
And then actually go down to 7 actually.
Come. For I could wish that myself were accursed in Yahushua. For my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh,
Read.
who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption.
The adoption. What's the adoption?
The adoption? I'm not sure. To adopt something?
He's talking about Christ dying on the cross and redeeming Israelites. Because he said, I wish I could be a curse from Christ. I wish I could go through the same thing Christ went for the Israelites. Read.
And the glory, and the covenants,
Read.
and the giving of the law.
Exactly. The covenants belong to the Israelites, the giving of the law belongs to the Israelites. Read.
And the servants of the Most High.
Service of God, teaching people the law. Read.
And the promises.
And the promises of Kingdom Heaven. Read.
Whoso are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, a Mashiach came.
Christ came for the Israelites. That's it. Read.
Who is over all.
Read.
The Most High blessed forever. Amen.
Go down to 7. Just keep reading the 7.
Not as though the word of the Most High had taken an effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel.
Exactly. They're not all Israel which are of Israel. Go ahead.
Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all the children.
Exactly. Ishmael came out of Abraham. Midian came out of Abraham. Everybody, a lot of other nations came out of Abraham. But Isaac, this one was separate. Go ahead.
But in Isaac,
what?
shall thy seed be called.
Exactly. Everybody that came out of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are the seed, not everybody else. Read.
That is, they which are the children of the flesh.
Children of the flesh is Ishmael. Read.
Which are not the children of God.
They're not the children of God. Even though Abraham birthed him, or is his father, he's not the child of God. Read.
But the children of the promise are counted for the seed.
Exactly. Isaac and Israel, which is Jacob. Those are the only people that are going to be saved. That's it. So when you go to Abraham's bosom, it's talking about the Israelites. That's all it's talking about. Because Lazarus is a parable. That's it's referencing the Israelites. That's it. What else you got?
Yeah, I got another one. Okay, let's see. So when you go to Hebrews, I wrote it down.
Hebrews 8.
I think it is.
Yeah.
It's the one where he says that man is appointed to die once.
Exactly.
What's the explanation of that?
Hebrews 8. Right back to Ecclesiastes. It's in the same book. I mean, everybody goes there. Christians go there, but like I said, if that's the case, then the Bible's not true. Romans, actually. 8. Romans 8, I believe. Slide.
I wrote it down, bro.
Let me see. Let me double check. Actually, no, it is Hebrews. Hebrews. you're talking about. Oh, it's 27. 9 and 27. Hebrews 9 and 27.
Hebrews 9 and 27.
Read.
And as it is appointed unto man once to die, but after his judgment.
Read that again. You skipped a couple words.
Hebrews 9 and 27. And as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this the judgment.
After this, the judgment. What is that talking about?
After you
Get
die.
Ecclesiastes 1 and 15, I believe.
To me, my understanding of that is that we live once, we die once, and then you gotta wait till Jesus comes back for the judgment.
Get second
That's
Ezra.
my understanding.
Get second Ezra 5 and 42. Get Ecclesiastes first. Get Ecclesiastes 1 and actually no, what is it? 1 and 9 actually. Yeah. 1 and 9.
Yeah, to me, that's what it's saying. You die once, and then you gotta wait till Jesus Christ comes.
Well, hey, you know what? You know what? 1 and 9. And then go to chapter 6. Go to 6 and 5 and 42.
So you're gonna explain why you said that? Or you're
I'm going to prove that it's a contradictory if that's the case. Your understanding is going to be contradictory about what I'm going to say. So it can't be what it's talking about. So if the Bible is true and it doesn't contradict itself, then these scriptures have to go collegially with it. So if that's the case, then you will read it.
Ecclesiastes 1 and 9.
Uh-huh.
The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be.
That which shall be. What is this thing talking about? Go ahead.
And that which is done is that which shall be done.
Go ahead.
And there is nothing new under the sun.
Nothing new under the sun. What does that mean? History repeats itself. So souls repeat. Souls come back and forth. We're going to get that. What if, Ecclesiastes 6 and 10? I'm trying to explain exactly what that is.
The thing is, man, I've read that.
Yeah, exactly. You know, exactly. We're going to read it though for the camera.
It's Ecclesiastes 6 and 10.
Uh-huh.
That which hath been,
That which has been
is named already.
is named already. Go ahead.
And it is known that it is man.
It's man. So man is then is that which shall be. That spirit is going to be on the earth and come back again. Read.
Couldn't that mean that it's just like regenerations going through? You know, like men will keep coming back.
Of course.
But it's not really saying spiritually, right? That's not really saying men is coming back spiritually. It's just saying men will be again, meaning the new souls, new people will be born.
You're basically saying it's man as a collective is always going to be here.
Yeah.
And you're not
Keep reading that. And go back to chapter 1. Actually, no, still in 3. Actually, I think we should read it.
that which has been is named already, and it is known that it is man. Neither may he contend with him that is mightier than he.
Exactly. Go to 3 and 15 or 16.
Ecclesiastes 3 and 16.
Uh-huh.
And moreover, I saw under the sun
Under the sun, what?
the place of judgment.
Exactly. So to your point, once it dies, it's judgment. Judgment comes under the sun. Exactly. So you have to be regenerated to get your judgment. You get is that it?
Well, yeah, I don't disagree with that. Regeneration. My understanding is that
Actually, rest.
Go ahead.
That wickedness was there,
Wickedness was on the earth.
and the place of righteousness that is iniquity was there.
Exactly. Get Job. Job 4.
I agree with you on that. We
Job
judge,
4
we
and
gotta
7.
be
Then we don't get a lot of precepts on this. Because we gotta
it out.
elaborate. Get that.
Job 4 and 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perish being
Who
innocent.
perished being innocent on this earth? A newborn baby dies right on his death on his birthday. How does that baby get judged? How would he get judged? We don't get a precept. Go ahead.
Or where where the righteous cut off.
He's John 9. Get second Ezra first, and then get John 9.
Second Ezra 5:42.
Read.
And he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring,
Go ahead.
like as there is no slackness of the last, even so there is no swiftness of the first.
Exactly. So people don't judge according to their words. Go to John 9, and this is gonna be a cold cut. Straight out of Jesus Christ. Read. Get that? John 9.
John 9:1.
This one be plain. Read.
And as Yahushua passed by, he saw a man which was blinded from his birth.
Blinded from his birth. Go ahead.
And his disciples asked him, saying,
What did he say?
Master, who did sin?
Who sinned? Go ahead.
This man or his parents?
How did he sin from birth? Go ahead.
That's one of them.
That he was born blind.
How did he sin from birth? Go ahead.
And Yahushua answered, Neither hath this man sinned,
Read.
nor his parents, but that the works of the Most High shall be made manifest in him.
Exactly. So he's talking about he was born blind so I can perform this miracle. But they asked him this simple question: Who sinned, this man or his parents? So if you're born blind from birth, how did you sin? You got regenerated on the earth and be born blind. That's what it's talking about.
That's one of the. I would say that before I came here, that's one of the only ones that I had that truly validates reincarnation.
Exactly.
That one, I don't have an argument for that one. Well, Elijah, the argument for that one is that you go to
Get Matthew 11.
Matthew 11 and 14. I gotta learn how to organize my notes, man.
Yeah, just you color coordinated.
It's where the angel is speaking to John's father, right? He's letting him know that John is going to come back. John is going to be born in the spirit.
The Holy Spirit on him from birth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, most of the people had that. Samson, all that.
We got to be those.
Most of the people had that. Yeah, Samuel, Yahweh, most of the people have that spirit on from birth. So, what's your question about that? Well, actually, that wasn't actually a question you asked me about. Yeah.
It's Matthew 11.
Yeah.
No, actually, I think it's Luke 1:17.
Taylor thinks she's a fucking gangster. She's like,
No, it's still Matthew 11.
Yeah.
Matthew 11 and 12. It'll go to, yeah, 12 to 14.
Matthew 11 and 12. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence.
Exactly. That's how you know the kingdom of heaven is in the spirit world. How's the kingdom of heaven suffer violence? How does that work? Because the kingdom of heaven is the Israelites, physical people. Israelites are people before a place. We became a nation in the wilderness. We didn't have our land yet.
So you're saying the kingdom of heaven is right here. That's what that's.
It's talking about us, the people itself, you, me. Any Israelite that you see gunned down in the streets, we suffer violence because we're the kingdom of heaven. So you read Revelations, and John's like, the holy city is coming down from heaven to Jerusalem. It's talking about the elect, the 144,000. Because we're the government of Israel. We're going to establish all the rulership in the earth. But that's a whole deeper parable. So go ahead.
And the violent take it by force.
The violent take the kingdom of heaven by force. That's how you know it's not a spirit world. Like, it's plain. Go ahead.
For all the prophets and the law prophesied unto John.
Exactly. All the prophets prophesied unto John. Read.
And if ye will receive it, this is Elijah.
This is Elijah. Came back in the spirit.
Which was for to come.
Exactly. spirit of Elijah was in John the Baptist. Regeneration. So Elijah lived once. How is this? You mean to tell me how it's not alive? But go ahead.
When you go to Luke 1:17, it says,
But he didn't know. He didn't know.
and he shall go before him in the spirit and power of Elias, to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the disobedient to the wisdom of the just, to make ready a people prepared for the Lord. So my understanding of that was that he's coming in the spirit. When you say you're going to do something in the spirit of something, you know what I'm saying? It means that you're like when you say,
But you know, that's an Old Testament prophecy. He's quoting something. That's not something that he just said right then and there. He's quoting from Malachi. So that's where that's what the prophecy is. Exactly. So that's exactly what he's quoting. He's quoting the prophecy. Because that's what John came to do. He was the first person to obviously witness that Issachar was coming. He said, "Oh," he said he seen John. Like, yeah, you're the son of David. He said, "The Christ when he seen him." It's John. So that's why he was the first one before Christ was technically born. Because if you read the story of, like you said, Elizabeth and Zacharias, John the Baptist was born before Christ. They're cousins, but he was born before Christ. So you read that? 4 and I think 4 and 5.
4 and 5.
Yeah.
Malachi 4 and 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah,
You're gonna send Elijah.
the prophet, before the coming of the great gate, the great and dreadful day of the Most High.
Go ahead.
And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children,
Isn't that what he just said in Luke? Go ahead.
and the heart of the children to the fathers,
Exactly. So how is he talking about Elijah, but John the Baptist did it? Go ahead.
lest I come and smite the earth with the curse.
Exactly. So John the Baptist had the spirit of Elijah in him, because he didn't know. Like I said, when it get where does it say? There's no remembrance thereof.
I just seen it.
Let me see.
Well, when it's said in the spirit, I always took it as he's going to work in that
Yeah,
same
it's in-
spirit.
yeah,
And that same, it's going to be similar. You know what I'm saying? Like he's going to do the same works that Elijah did, but he's not exactly him. That's
He had
way
the spirit on him. He's the same spirit. Or that prophecy is like I said, the prophecy definition. But it was prophesied, those same words that you just referenced, say it in Malachi. It says Elijah's going to do it. So when did Elijah was on the scene with Christ? It was John. That's the only way. And he said, how can I have gone up said, this is Elijah. Because I'm trying to find it real quick. Let me see. You said, where is it at?
I'm looking for it somewhere in Ecclesiastes.
I just seen
Yeah,
it.
there's no remembrance.
We were just reading right next to it.
3 and 20 or where?
Yeah, you were reading. It was like 3.
the one where it says that there will be no remembrance of former things.
Yeah.
That's Ecclesiastes.
Let me see. Oh yeah, 1 and 11. Because that's basically why he didn't know who
He
he
didn't know
was.
he was
Exactly.
Elisha.
Because they kept coming up to John like, "Are you Jeremiah? Are you Isaiah?" Like, because they knew about regeneration. Why would they ask him that if they didn't know he was a generator?
Or when the apostles asked Yahweh, who's sending this
Yeah,
instance?
exactly. What prophet are you?
Like, why would they have that in their minds? Because they knew it was a concept that he loved.
Exactly. So they kept asking Howard, who do you say I am? Oh, are you Jeremiah? Like, are you Isaiah? Are you Ezekiel? Are you such and such? Are you that prophet? Because they know about regeneration. The Old Testament, quote unquote Old Testament, it speaks about that. That's the only reason why.
So when the judgment comes, right? When Jesus Christ comes back, and the judgment comes, what life are you going to be? If you've lived different lives, right? Multiple lives, which one will you be accountable? Which
Well,
one?
it depends on if you got judged already. But get that real quick. Get 111 first. Because like I said, we don't know what we did in our past life. Clearly. We don't, sometimes you have deja vu, like, damn, like, I did that before. Like, what the hell? Like, you just have a quick deja vu flash, like, what? Like, all right. Because that's, some people say that's your, you get an inkling of what happened before. That's not something that, I'm speaking as a man, that's not something that can prove. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 1:11.
Uh-huh.
There is no remembrance of former things.
Exactly, go ahead.
Neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after.
Exactly. So when you come back with your generation, you have to remember what you did in your past life. So it's up to the Most High, obviously, to give you the wisdom and understanding that we have now. Obviously, you trying to obtain, and you got to live righteously. So as long as you live righteously, following the laws, you're going to be judged according to that. So with
present act. So if you're a wicked motherfucker in the past, you're wiping the slate clean, basically.
it depends, because some people still might be wicked. The Pharisees back then are still Pharisees today.
Actually, Book of Daniel says that all the prior prophets are still holding the same law today.
Yeah, that's exactly.
So
Daniel is expanding my life. So if you were a prophet back then, you're a prophet now.
The false prophets back then are still doing the same damn thing today.
Where is it at? It's Daniel 12. It's Daniel 12.
Everybody's holding their lot now.
Exactly. So if you were Issachar back then, you're Issachar now. You Judite then, you're Judite now. Same thing. If you were a prophet then, you're going to be a prophet now.
Daniel 11.
14, mission 2.
Yeah, 13.
Daniel 12 and 12.
13.
13. Go thou way to the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in the lot
You're going to stand in your lot, dude.
at the end of days.
Exactly. You're going to be regenerated. You're going to see the end of days. That's what it's talking about. Get Numbers 24, actually. That's a clear cut regeneration. 24 and 17. This is a prophecy about Christ, obviously. Christophany, that's what they call it. You know what I'm talking about? You know what it's at. Numbers 24 and 17.
Numbers 24 and 17.
Uh-huh.
I shall see him,
I shall see him go away,
but not now.
but not now. Go ahead.
I shall behold him,
Uh-huh.
but not
Go
nigh.
ahead.
There shall come a star out of Jacob,
Read.
and the scepter shall rise out of Israel,
Go ahead.
and shall smite the corners of Moab,
Uh-huh.
and destroy the children of Sheph.
Right, we're going to destroy people when we come back. So had that rulership, the Davidic king, so obviously Christ came out of the seed of David. He's going to fulfill prophecy in the future. Go ahead.
And Edom shall be a possession.
Yeah, we're going to possess these Edomites. Go ahead.
Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies.
Exactly. We're going to possess that land. Go ahead.
Israel shall do valiantly.
Valiantly. Exactly. You're going to be righteous. You're going to be determined. That says that you can know the God. You know the God. 18, 21. Just want to reiterate that. You got another question though?
Well, I'm still a bit confused because doesn't regeneration kind of contradict the concept of Jesus Christ raising up the dead? He's going to raise up the dead.
What do you mean? Oh, the dead in Christ shall rise first?
Yeah, Corinthians 15, I think it is.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. The dead in Christ shall rise first.
Yeah.
That
What
means
is
you
he
haven't been
talking about?
regenerated yet. You're still in the spirit world.
You're still in the spirit world?
Of course. How are you getting judged if you're not on the earth physically?
When was that happening?
What? Oh, that's a 2 Samuel 7:14. Yeah, that's simple. See, I know exactly what you're talking about. So like I said, if you're not on the earth to be judged, you have to be regenerated on the earth. And like I said, obviously the people that it's talking about there, those are like the 1/3 because it talks about, you have to die for the truth. So people that die, because they don't try to put the mark of the beast on everybody, they don't try to oppress people that don't want to get down, which mainly us, because they know, like I said, I was telling this brother earlier that we're on the terrorist list. We're those as future terrorists. We're doing what we're doing right now. Like simply reading the Bible, how we're doing it, it's, quote unquote, what's the word? Kind of like, I don't want to say it's, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like,
They call us fundamentalists.
What's that?
You're disrupting the peace or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. It's similar. This is a word similar to that, but it's kind of like, it's radical. That's what I mean. It's a radical way to preach. We're radicals, pretty much. So we're preaching the truth of the Bible. Because obviously there's good and bad in the Bible. There's instruction, peace, all that. But the Christians want to be, it's all love, it's all love.
I disagree with that.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what
destroyed the world once. The whole world once.
That's what I'm saying.
It's gonna do it again.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. So they don't want that radicalization, that truth to be pushed, because they want this, ideology of peace. America's the safest place on earth, and the Trump's military and all that stuff. But they don't read the Bible, and if they do, they don't understand the Bible. Right. But just to get back to the other point, what you got? You got Obadiah?
Obadiah 18?
Get no, it's because that's the west and the south. What's it at? Yeah, it's you can read 18 and 19. It's actually 19.
Obadiah 1:18. In the house of Jacob shall be a fire.
Read.
In the house of Joseph flames. In the house of Esau for stubble.
Esau will be destroyed. Read.
And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
Exactly. So after 1,000 years of slavery, they will be the only people wiped out. Go ahead.
That's right.
For the Most High has spoken it.
Go ahead.
And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau.
Exactly. They of the south, the tribe of Judah. If you look at a biblical map, Judah's the southernmost tribe out of all the land. Go ahead.
And they of the plain, the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim.
Exactly. If you look at a biblical map, Judah's right there. Simeon's kind of like the middle of Judah. Philistines is right there. Edom's right there on the south. They're going to possess that land. They're going to be gone. You don't need all that. That's what it's talking about. That's why it says Numbers 14. You're going to possess Mount Seir. That's the capital of Edom.
In the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead.
Yep. It's all the land of Israel. But you still had another question about that, you said?
Let me see, I may have another one.
Are you still confused on regeneration?
Yeah, a little bit, man, because my understanding, the guy that I was listening to said that Corinthians 15:51 is the explanation of what regeneration is.
What does it say? Where is it?
15:51.
Where is it? You can't just be one eisegesis. Like you can't do that. You can't just say one verse explains everything.
Where's the scripture?
There's another one also.
You can't say Romans 9.
He gave up
Hebrews
another
9:27. What was that?
The other one is
What do you call for it then?
1 Corinthians 15. And what was it? 15 and what?
51.
Oh. What? That's not even talking about that.
Dang it.
That's talking about the elect.
That's right.
Listen, man, the Christians say that that's a regeneration of you guys.
We're gonna be changed?
Yeah, that's.
No. That's not what it's talking about. Because if you read up, where is it at?
That vocab is saying that too.
See, you gotta start in context. Start at verse 39. Because Paul explains exactly what's happening. When you get down to 51, it's talking about, we're gonna read it. Because he starts off like in verse 39. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 15:39. All flesh is not the same flesh.
All flesh is not the same flesh. Read.
But there is one kind of flesh of men. Another flesh of beasts. Another flesh of fishes.
Go ahead.
And another of birds.
Go ahead.
There are also celestial bodies.
Celestial bodies. What's celestial bodies?
Angels.
Exactly. Go ahead.
And bodies terrestrial.
What's terrestrial? Exactly. Yes. Go ahead.
But the glory of the celestial is one.
Exactly. Go ahead.
And the glory of the terrestrial is another.
Exactly. Read.
There is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon,
Read.
and another glory of the stars. For one star differeth from another star in glory.
Go ahead.
So also is the resurrection of the dead.
Go ahead.
It is sown in corruption.
Exactly. You did wickedly pretty much. Read.
It is raised in incorruption.
Exactly. You're gonna be raised in incorruption because the flesh is gonna be. You're not gonna be had the same flesh at that point. Because in the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna have celestial bodies at that point. We're gonna be living for 1,000 years. That's the only way. We have a full body life. When you get to like there's different parts of the Bible, I can look for it real quick. It says basically when we sin, if you're reading Genesis, right? That was a full life, but God cursed basically everybody else. They start losing years, 500 years, 300 years, 200 years, 120 years. It says in Psalms, now we're down to 70 years. So if you live past 70 or 80, that's a blessed life. Because God cursed everybody else to dwindle in time on earth. So that's we're supposed to live.
It all started with Adam, right? It all started with Adam. He was the first one to. He's the one that joined the mortality curse.
Not necessarily, because if you know that. Well, I don't want to get off too much topic, but Adam was pretty much the chosen vessel at that time. There was other people around him. He wasn't just one person living in the world by himself.
So he wasn't the first man.
No, that's Christian rhetoric. We can prove it, but what you got? We keep reading that. We can prove that.
Right there.
Yeah, that's deep. you can't go to Genesis.
As a matter of fact, I was watching a show yesterday, and a long time ago, they were trying to outlaw evolution theory at school and the state. This atheist destroyed a Christian on the stand with that. He was like, when Cain get his wife?
Yeah, exactly. That's a cold cut right there.
Destroyed him on the stand.
That's what Chief always says too.
Yeah,
and wait a minute. So Cain killed Adam, and Cain went to another city to get a wife. Where'd she come from? Because Adam and Eve had Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
Where did he get his wife from? Because there was already people on the earth. There was other nations on the earth at that time. It's only talking about Adam because Adam was chosen. Just like we're chosen. We call it a proto-Israelite. Somebody that's not necessarily an Israelite, because the Israelites come from Jacob. His name was changed to Israel, but at that time he was a chosen vessel that got the laws. That's it. That's all it's talking about. But go ahead. And it's deep. Like first 3 chapters of Genesis is probably the deepest book in the Bible. It's all allegory pretty much. It's damn near all allegory. So go ahead.
It is sown a natural body. It is raised a spiritual body.
Exactly. You're raised a natural body, or you go to death a natural body. You're raised a spiritual body. Read.
There is a natural body and there is a spiritual body. And so it is written, first man Adam was made a living soul.
Exactly. He was made a living soul. He got the wrong with it.
The last Adam was made a quickening spirit.
Issachar was Adam in regeneration. Go ahead.
Howbeit, that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural. And afterward, that which is spiritual. The first man is of the earth, earthly.
Exactly.
The second man is of the Most High from heaven.
Exactly. Go ahead.
As it is the earthly, such are they also that are earthly. And as it is the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly.
Exactly. Go ahead.
And as we have borne the image of the earthly, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly.
Exactly. We're going to bear the image of the heavenly. What is that talking about?
Say that again.
Go ahead.
As we have borne the image of the earthly,
we were born in the image of the earthly with this flesh. Go ahead.
We shall also bear the image of the heavenly.
Exactly. We're going to bear the image of the heavenly. So, exactly. We have a spiritual celestial body as Israelites. But that's why we get to 51. That's what it's talking about, because like I said, it's a whole lot, but I'm going to try to explain. Go ahead.
Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High.
Go ahead.
Neither does corruption inherit incorruption.
Exactly. So you can't have an earthly vessel technically in the spirit world, but heaven's going to be on earth first and foremost. But in order to live 1,000 years again, we have to have a celestial body. Go ahead.
Behold,
I disagree.
I shew you a mystery.
Well, I'm talking to you, so.
We shall not at all sleep, but we shall all be changed.
Go keep reading.
What does that mean? Explain what that means, because I don't understand.
When it says, next verse.
In the moment.
In a moment.
In the twinkling of an eye. At the last trumpet.
The last trump. What's the last trump?
that's when Jesus is speaking.
Exactly. Go ahead.
For
Well,
the
that's the
trumpet
seventh
shall
trumpet in
sound.
Revelation.
Man, hold your peace,
Come
devil.
on, bro.
Okay, well that's the
Quit-
citation in
brother,
Scripture.
quit
That's
trying
in
to-
Revelation.
Exactly, that's where I'm about to go.
Oh, okay,
I'm about to
cool.
go there.
Cool,
Stop
cool.
talking.
In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye,
Twinkling of an eye, go ahead.
at the last trumpet,
Last trump. What's the last trump? Exactly. Read.
for the trumpet shall sound,
Uh-huh.
and the dead shall be raised,
The dead shall be raised. Read. It's not on the earth. Go ahead.
incorruptible,
You're going to raise it incorruptible. So you have the spiritual celestial body. Go ahead.
and we shall be changed.
We're going to be changed into that celestial body. He started off at 39 talking about that, right? So you can't just go to 51 and say, oh, it's talking about, like, it doesn't even make sense. Go ahead.
For this corruptible must be put on incorruption.
Go. Is that where you at? Oh yeah, keep reading. Go ahead.
For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality.
Yeah, you put on immortality. Because we don't live 1,000 years of full life, just like in Genesis. People kept decreasing in spans of years because Adam sinned. You know, Methuselah lived what, 900 years. Go down to Abraham. Abraham lived like 140 years, 130 some years. Because everybody was losing their lifespan because there was sin on earth. Go ahead.
So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality,
Exactly.
then shall be brought to pass the saying that it is written,
It's written.
death is swallowed up in victory.
Exactly. Death swallowed up in victory. So we're not going to be sinning no more. Get Revelations. Get Revelations 18. Let me see what else I want. Get Revelations 18. Actually, well, yeah. Let me see what I want first. So I want to go to Zechariah too, but that's playing as well.
Can I say something
Go
about
ahead.
Revelation?
Go
Now
ahead.
that you're, okay. In Revelation, they talk about 666.
Yeah.
It was 666 in Hebrew, unique among all language on the planet. Prima facie evidence for God's intervention is that you have the same symbol, means a number and a letter. All languages, math is different than a literary aspect, so that means it's a divine language. 666 corresponds to www, the World Wide Web, and it says in Revelation that it is the beast that is and is not and yet is, and that's actually a really good description of virtual reality. And they say that yes, it is.
I agree with the.
Yes, it is.
I'm talking about the actual.
You're scriptural. I'm talking from the point of view of information
I
analysis
know, that's what I'm saying.
technology
I agree with that. I
that
agree with that.
that comes from artificial intelligence development.
But that's not exactly
It's
what
semiotic
666 but
resonance.
this is
Do you know
I'm
what
talking
semiotics is?
No, this
Do
is
you
what
know
I'm trying to say.
about Chomsky? Do you know about semiotics? About
Noam
the
Chomsky?
scientific
Noam
study
Chomsky,
of
right?
meaning? Do you know about the study of meaning?
Tell me, what are you talking about?
Semiotics, it's the structure of communication in a conversation. How do we understand what
It's
we
like
know?
gematria. You know what gematria is, right?
Gematria.
No, that's old technology. This is state-of-the-art technology. This is 21st century.
You just spoke on gematria right
You
now.
spoke on gematria. That's what I'm talking about. You're speaking about gematria.
Each letter has a number equivalent.
Exactly.
Oh,
what you
yeah,
just said.
that's
That's what I'm talking about. That's what it is. That's what gematria is.
Oh, okay.
Numbers in the words. Like numbers in the words.
No, that's a process.
That's what Hebrew is.
This is semiotics. Yes,
about?
yeah, I'm talking.
That's the same thing.
Okay, I'm analyzing Hebrew from a higher level of the
It's
way you
gematria.
develop. No, that's
It's
one
not,
of the ways.
it's not technology though.
No, it's geometry, it's hermeneutics. I'm talking about the information model. You're talking about how
Words are
you
information.
Yes, of course. They're
So
information
you're talking about
objects.
technology though. That's what you're talking about.
I'm talking about information technology. Both.
It's still words regardless. Reading words on a screen on a web page is words. It's information.
It's information, but
not the technology it's coming from. That's ridiculous.
what's ridiculous?
Talking about technology is Hebrew or something like that. But when you talk about
I'm saying that.
you talk about 666.
No, I'm saying the fact that it came a letter means both a letter, a single
And a number.
graphic symbol comes from both a letter and a number. Could only come from technology. It could not
No.
come.
That's-
What? Yes, only from.
So Hebrew's technology?
Yes.
How?
It's prima facie evidence that God spoke to one place on the earth and gave the Hebrews a powerful technology that nobody else got.
What technology was it?
Hebrew. That you have
It's a language.
Yeah, but it's
So
like
what's the technology in
two
it?
languages at once. No other human language is like that. Two languages at once. That's totally contrary to evolution. That is contrary to the evolutionary meta-narrative.
Anyway. Evolution is BS.
right.
No, the covenant of
Listen.
the covenant of Moses evolved into the covenant of Jesus. It started out with human sacrifice, then it became animal sacrifice, then it became the information-based sacrifice of Jesus.
It was never human sacrifice.
In Babylon, there was.
Hebrews aren't Babylonian.
I know that.
So why are you comparing them?
I'm talking. This is the evolution of human consciousness.
No. You mentioned Hebrews.
That's
all we're talking about. We're not talking about Babylonians.
First religions
Those
of
are
Homo
Hebrews.
sapiens practiced human sacrifice.
The Israelites
Then they
didn't.
practiced animal sacrifice.
The Israelites didn't.
Then there was an
The Israelites didn't.
information-based sacrifice,
So where's
and
the
that is
technology coming in?
Jesus.
Where's the technology coming in?
External influence.
Where's the technology coming in?
That one graphic symbol means both a letter and a number.
I know, but what's the
That is
technology?
That's the technology.
It's the information, right? The words.
Yeah, but it's totally contrary to evolution.
But where's the technology coming in? That's what I'm talking
Evolution is proved in the Bible because the covenant of the Old Testament evolved into the covenant of the New Testament. That is evolution.
about. Well, I guess you could say that.
In the same
We're not
in
New
the
Covenant
same
yet,
way
but
that the
that's-
Rainbow Covenant evolved into Moses' covenant. The Rainbow
now you
Covenant.
lost me.
10th chapter of Genesis.
I know what you're talking about, but it didn't involve in anything. It involved some homosexual stuff that's going on right now.
No, it's
That's
about
what
the
we're
rainbow. It's about.
But I know what you're talking
No,
about.
it's about human consciousness being able to perceive color.
Get Revelation 13, and we're going to cut that madness you talking about 666. That was madness, first and foremost. That was just
So
madness.
the internet is.
Why is that madness? This is rational cognition.
No, you can't.
This is
No,
decryption.
this is what you're talking about. This is what you're
No,
talking
this is semiotics.
about. Listen.
This is
Listen,
semiotics.
Listen. You've been
This
talking
is
for like 5 minutes. Let me
Okay.
see.
Let's look at
Golly.
how
Let me just elaborate real quick.
Okay.
You just mentioned something about technology come from the Hebrew.
Yeah.
What is technology? Because you're talking about letters and numbers.
Okay.
That's not technology.
Technology.
That's not technology.
Can I explain it to you? This is
Exactly.
hard definition.
Go ahead.
Okay. Technology is something that starts as information and then becomes actualized in molecules. That's technology.
So it's computer technology?
No,
It's cell phone technology.
No, it's an operating system.
But is it technology? If I want to look up something
I'm
on
saying
the internet,
technology-
You just said www666. Then you reference it to Hebrew. That's what you just said.
Yeah.
So how is it? So you're not saying it's technology then?
Yeah, it is technology. It's a decryption algorithm.
So why did you mention www?
It's a decryption algorithm, and decryption algorithms are technology. That is the way it is defined in our language. It doesn't.
Our language?
Just
What language?
English. With all of human culture, all of
Where's English come from?
All. That's a good
Where's
question.
English come from?
Read the academics; they don't know.
I'm asking you.
Where does it come from?
Where does it come from?
Okay, the things that we know scientifically is that language comes from a shared symbolic culture.
English language. Where's that come from?
All the languages do, all 7,000 of them that has ever existed on the
Where's
planet.
the English language come from? Three languages. Where's it come from?
Well, more than three.
No.
It's open-ended.
Where's it come from? You don't know?
It's Anglo.
What's that?
It came from Old English. The Anglo, when the Saxons invaded England, they got
Who are the
German
Anglo-Saxons?
roots.
Who are the Anglo-Saxons? Who are they? What does Anglo-Saxon mean?
It's an ethnic meta-narrative characterization of a profile.
Who are they? Who are the Anglo-Saxons? What does Anglo-Saxon mean?
It's a linguist term.
What does it mean? What does the etymology mean? Etymology of Anglo-Saxon. What does it mean? I can tell you, but I just want you to tell me.
They refer to two ethnic groups
you
that had an event together in history.
You freestyling right now. You freestyling, aren't you? You just
No,
trying to
I
go
have an
something-
information technology language and you
Anglos-
don't understand because you don't understand semiotics and you don't
understand the Bible.
you don't understand artificial intelligence development.
I do. That's a white man's technology. That's why I don't care about it first and foremost.
You're a racist.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I know you guys racist, damn devil.
You gotta get cut, man.
Yeah. We were talking madness. Like, what are you talking about? Technology. Yeah,
Sounds like he's about to cry, man. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, like, you know what he's talking about. 666 means www. No, that's not what he's talking about.
And how would you explain that? Because, like, if you're living on the internet, when the whole world's speaking binary.
But even if he just cut himself anyway. www. If we're translating letters into numbers, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, W doesn't equal 6. That's plain.
But on the internet, everybody's speaking binary on the computer.
Exactly.
010101.
Exactly. Like the Matrix. I know. He mentioned something true, but then he started talking about some madness. What are you talking about? Letters and numbers is gematria. He didn't know what that was. Like, why you speaking on letters and numbers? You don't know what gematria is.
Not even 1 and 0.
Yeah, like, bro, like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. But anyways, where we at? Man, I don't even know if I want to elaborate on it, but he brought it up. Let me go to Revelation 13 and get what he's talking about that. Because that was just madness.
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
Yeah, like, bro, like,
That showed up out of nowhere.
yeah, like, you trying to cut everybody off, like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Revelation. Yeah, like, what? Like,
Speaking too emotional, though. Huh?
yeah, like, you actually know something. That's the pride of the white man.
That's right.
He would have stayed a little bit longer, I would have told him his judgment. Well, that's the white man's technology. You're racist. Did I lie?
That's right.
Was it a lie?
It's not a lie. Like, what are you talking about? AI, artificial intelligence, like, that's not Hebrew, that's not nothing. That's white man's bullshit. Yeah, go ahead.
Revelation 13 and 14.
Uh-huh.
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast,
Go ahead.
saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword, and did live.
He mentioned this. Go ahead.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Go ahead.
That the image of the beast should be both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast shall be killed.
Exactly.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on the right hand,
Mark of the beast, or RFID chip. Go ahead.
or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, saying that he has a mark.
Exactly. He's talking about his www. How? What are you talking about? Where's www in that whole passage? Doesn't make sense. That's when we start going up the deep end. Like, that's not what he's talking about. He's talking about 2/3 of Israel. That's what he's talking about. 2/3 of Israel sinning and conforming to the image of the beast, which is white man's philosophy. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
He was trying to basically prove an evolution through that.
Yeah.
That don't make sense.
He said he debunked evolution, but he kept talking about AI. Like, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to do this transhumanism nonsense. You know about that? Transhumanism? They're trying to merge man and machine. That's what they're trying to do. Like a cyborg damn near. They're trying to do that right now.
And then it just say it's the evolutionary process.
Exactly.
Accepted.
Exactly. That's the highest form of man, pretty much. You got to merge with machine. Because that's where they got kind of like the little iRobot situation. Like, oh, before they take over, we got to merge with them. Like, no, that's not going to happen.
Man, the white man needs that just to equal one of us.
Yeah, like he wants that technology. He want to merge with machine and be a damn cyborg because he know he can't beat nobody. He want to develop a space force like Trump talking about, trying to defeat the angels in your house shot. Wrong. What you got?
Or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here's wisdom.
Go ahead.
Let him that had understanding count the number of the beast.
Go ahead.
For it is the number of a man.
The number of a man, not www. Number of a man. Read.
And his number is.
What's his number?
666.
666. That's the number of a man. So what man is that talking about? Get Zechariah.
I wanted to go to the Greek.
Oh, for
Yeah,
go ahead.
Well, we just know we know that the Greek it's charagma, and that's
the Greek word for mark is charagma. The imprinted mark is stamp or impalement. It's not talking about no philosophy. People talk about it's Christianity. When you read the very next chapter, it says whoever takes the mark is going to be destroyed. There's no repentance for it. So if you're talking about the mark of the beast is Christianity, and all of us pretty much were Christians at one point, we can't be saved. Like there's no reason for us to come out anymore. Because
means we're all
everybody,
done
wherever's
with
a,
it.
exactly, wherever's a Christian is going to be destroyed. That doesn't make sense. But you got Zechariah 13? This is what he's talking about. Because all throughout the Bible, there's numerical codes, obviously. Especially in Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Zechariah, we're going to read. But this is what he's talking about. The number of a man, 6, 4, 3, 4, was it 3, 4, and 6? It's 20, 20, 20, and 6. So 60 plus 6 is 66. 13 and 8. And then 9.
Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass.
Read. This is actually going cohesiveness with we being changed. That's what we read before, 1 Corinthians 15, right? Celestial bodies. This is how it's going to happen. Read.
That in the land, that in all the land, said Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off. 2 parts of what? Read.
And died. 2 parts of Israel going to be cut off and die. 2/3 of Israel. 666. That's what it equals, right? Go ahead.
But the third shall be left therein.
1/3, read.
And I will bring the third part through the fire.
What fire is that? Them thermonuclear fire? You're going to bring them through the fire. How are we going to have that happen? We're going to have the celestial bodies. We can't get to a fire with our regular flesh. That's what it's talking about. In the twinkling of an eye, we're going to change. We're going to have celestial bodies just like that. So we don't got to be succumb to this thermonuclear fire or any type of...
that also contradicts that you got to flee, right?
Exactly.
He's saying that he's going to pull you
out of that
exactly.
Fire, and I'm actually, you brought that up. I want to get that actually in Jeremiah. Go ahead.
And will refine them as silver is refined.
Go ahead.
And will try them as gold is tried.
Go ahead.
They shall call on my name.
They'll call on the name Yahweh, read.
And I will hear them.
Go ahead.
I will say, it is my people.
These are my people.
And they shall say, Yahweh is my power.
Exactly. We're going to be saved in that time. The 1/3 in the elect, we're going to have celestial bodies. Because also,
like the sound of that, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's why
I was already planning to fucking get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, hold on. Get that in that's the rest of that? Get Jeremiah 42. Because this is what you referenced before. This is what GOCC teach. 42. Jeremiah 42.
They also use the example of Jesus Christ is talking to the disciples.
Flee to the mountains?
No. When he's saying, when he talks about the regeneration, he tells them, follow me in the regeneration. And then they go to Revelations, in Revelations where the vision where they see the prophets sitting in the 12 thrones judging.
Yeah. Exactly. They're going to be regenerated in that same position. Yeah.
I mean, I see Old Testament cats believe in that because they don't believe in the Messiah. You know what I'm saying?
They believe in Revelations, though. I've heard that before. I've heard some OT onlys. It was a girl, but I mean, she said she believed in everything else but Revelation. Or she don't believe in anything but Revelations in the New Testament. I'm like, how? Because Jesus Christ is the one speaking in the whole book. How does that work?
Because I can see Old Testament cats believing that they should flee because they don't have a savior.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
they do. They have a few out there. Because what's name was over there in London, I believe. Yeah, all that money was going over there to get all them ties and go over there in London and all that. In Egypt. Go ahead. 42 and get let's see.
Motherfuckers say I hit the pilot, hit the cousin, hit the brother, game over. The shit that I pack knocking over Range Rover. Chop in that back, what you need?
Start at 10 and then go down to Go down to 17.
Jeremiah 42 and 10. If ye will still abide in this land, then will I build you.
Go ahead.
And not pull you down. And I will plant you and not pluck you up.
Read.
For I repent me of the evil that I have done unto you.
Yeah, this is the most I repent now. So you're going to redeem us. Go ahead.
But not afraid of the king of Babylon.
Yeah, don't be afraid of the king of Babylon, read.
Whom ye are afraid. Be not afraid of him, saith the Most High.
Go ahead.
For I am with you to save you.
Exactly. Don't be afraid of what they got going on. Don't flee, read.
And to deliver you from his hand.
Exactly, read.
And I will show mercies unto you.
Read.
that he may have mercy
Yeah,
upon
this is the
you.
future prophecy because we was already in Babylon at this time. And after Babylon, we went to Medo-Persia. So we didn't do this yet. Read.
And cause you to return to your own land.
Exactly. So we didn't return to our land after this. We went right into the Medo-Persians, to the Greeks, to the Romans, and we're here right now. So this didn't happen. Go ahead.
But if ye say, we will not dwell in this land,
Not going to dwell in Babylon. Read.
neither obey the voice of Yahweh your power,
Go ahead.
saying, no, but we will go,
We're gonna go where?
into the land of
We're
Egypt,
going to go to the Netherland. Read.
where we shall see no war,
Exactly. We're going to avoid this turmoil. Read.
nor hear the sound of the trumpet.
Exactly.
We
will
will
try
go
to.
into the land of Egypt. Is that what you said?
Yeah, because when they're getting these visions, they don't know the names of the lands. They're just referring to the captivity. Because when you read Isaiah 19, it says, "Blessed are my people, Assyria and Babylon." Why is he saying that? Because we were there in captivity. And it says that multiple times. It calls America Assyria, it calls America Babylon, it calls America Nebuchadnezzar sometimes. Like, you got to get into the Hebrew. So go ahead.
Where we shall see no war,
We're going to see no war.
nor
Read.
hear the sound of the trumpet,
Go ahead.
nor have hunger of bread,
Go ahead.
and there will we dwell.
Exactly. You want to try to escape this destruction. Go ahead.
And now therefore hear the word of Yahweh, ye remnant of Judah.
Exactly. The remnant of Judah.
Thus says Yahweh of hosts,
Uh-huh.
the power of Israel.
Go ahead.
If ye wholly set your faces to enter into Egypt,
You want to flee Babylon? Read.
and go to sojourn there,
Uh-huh.
then it shall come to pass
Uh-huh.
that the sword which ye fear
You fear the sword and destruction? What's going to happen?
shall overtake you there in the land of Egypt.
Yeah, he's still going to get punished. Go ahead.
And the famine whereof ye were afraid
Uh-huh.
shall follow close after you in Egypt,
Exactly. You're not going to escape. You're right. Go ahead.
and there ye shall die.
Exactly. Keep reading.
So shall it be with all the men that set their face to go into Egypt to sojourn
Yeah,
there.
everybody want to flee? Read.
They shall die
Uh-huh.
by the sword.
Exactly. He's still going to die. So it said earlier, you got to trust in the Most High. He's going to redeem us. But if you still want to flee, try to escape this judgment, try to be, that's not having faith first and foremost. You will try to have your own, I was get out of here. This girl be hitting me up all the time, telling me I'm going to flee America. I'm like, why? Like, we're going to be saved out of this place. Like, you have zero faith. Go ahead.
By the famine and by the pestilence, and none of them shall remain
Go ahead.
or escape from the evil that I will bring upon them.
Exactly. You're not going to escape from that judgment. You can't escape from the judgment.
What book is that?
Jeremiah 42. Started at 10. You can start at like 13 maybe. But... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
So when it says, come out of her, my people, and it says, come out of Babylon, my people, what does that mean? Does that mean like refrain
Yeah, that's
from
why I was about to get that before that idiot walked up. But actually, I was about to get it when he said that nonsense. But yeah, get Revelations 18. I was actually going to read it, but I forgot. I brought out Zechariah and Revelation 13. I said, yeah, that's what it's talking about. Because that's where.
So, because now I'm thinking that what that means is like, don't get involved with the heathens, don't do things, don't go their way. That's kind of.
Nah, it's going to elaborate. It's talking about us getting taken up in them chariots. That's what it's talking about. So that's how we're going to be saved. We're going to be walking through the fire with sexual bodies, and we're going to get taken up. That's what it's talking about. Yeah, it's going to save. Revelations 18 and 2 through 4 of the year. Let me just make sure. Should be very tough. Yeah, go ahead.
Revelations 18:1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, is fallen, and has become a habitation, a habitation of devils, and the home of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Exactly. All these other wicked nations dwell in Babylon. They got rulers of those, right?
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Yeah, this is under the wicked flood. See?
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Exactly. Y'all in cahoots together. Psalm 83. Oh, real? Oh, real? Okay. That's what's up. You quit smoking cigarettes. That's the main thing. That's where you start at, brother. You can't defile your temple. That's the main thing. That's the start.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins."
So it can be twofold. It can mean, exactly, don't learn the ways of the heathen, don't follow them, follow the laws, but follow theirs.
And that ye receive not her plagues, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities.
Exactly, go ahead.
Reward her, even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her words. And the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double.
That's actually a limitation. But, what was I looking for? But I think it's time to get up out of this. He's deaf, so he don't know. Yeah, no, he's deaf. It says it specifically.
Basically, we can keep doing our thing, right? Reading the Bible, teaching the Bible, preaching the Bible.
That's the look. Yeah, get Ezekiel. This is how you know us doing this work is going to give us that, leg up to be good. Let's talk about another mark, spiritual mark.
I would say,
and that's what we're hoping for, like doing this work.
I kind of feel like God is blessing me by following this command.
Of course. No, I said everybody isn't built for this. Stand out in the element.
I try to follow it.
100% closing?
That's something you can do.
Yeah, you gotta control that aspect. Because everything you can control. Working on the Sabbath, it's kind of like, damn, the
I don't
Sabbath
do that one anymore. I have the chance to work today. I could have made some good money today.
You gotta start with the scriptures.
The one on the, yeah, that one.
But I refrain from it.
Any question you got, ask my man over
Follow
here.
God, man.
Talk to the man right here.
Ezekiel 94. And Yahweh said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, set a mark upon the forehead of the men that sound and cry, and that cry for all the abominations that he's done in the midst of them.
Put a mark on the people that sign and cry for the abominations in the midst of it. That's what we're doing. When you go to Isaiah 51, it says something about lifting up your voice like a trumpet, showing people their transgressions and their sins, and obviously everything else.
So you broadcast that around.
Get the Hebrew on that mark right there. Because like I said, the mark in Revelations 13, it's prerogative. It's talking about something that's imprinted a stamp of impalement as a physical mark. Because obviously Esau's carnal, he's not spiritual, he's a carnal man. That's why he does everything in the flesh. And with everything right now, the gold now, the riches now, the houses, boats, and all the, whatever the case may be, all these fancy trips and vacations and That's why he wants to conquer all these lands. So this kingdom's right now. He has the ability to rule the earth with his military might and oppress people.
It'll be on
Our right
Channel
is we're going to rule everybody.
78
We're not going to oppress
26
them after they get that
in
1,000 years.
Richmond, Emeryville,
slavery.
Piedmont, and Berkeley.
We're not going to be doing abominations to
And
them.
you just pay a couple of dollars and shit, you got your whole session right there. You know,
After that 1,000 years, everything's going to get turned over to the Father.
Yahweh is going to be ruling. We're all going to be ruling already, but it's only going to be 1,000 years of them being in hardcore bondage to us. 1,000 years is only going to be them in bondage. So it's in Revelations 2, I think it's Revelations 20, where it's talking about, we can get it in a second, I want to get that.
All right, this is the Hebrew word A420. Thought. Thought. So the Hebrew etymology, the root word is 8427. Desire. Mark. Mark as a sign of exemption.
Sign of exemption. Exemption from judgment. So us doing this work, teaching people, signing, crying for all the abominations like white man, the devil, passes laws, nonsense, and LBGT and all that stuff, that's all part of the abominations that the Most High hates. So us just speaking on that, the Most High will send the angel to put a mark on us spiritually, a spiritual mark, because we don't know. We're going to endure, obviously, but that's what we hope for. That's the faith. That's where the faith and works come in. Keeping the law, having faith, that's what happens. And we have that exempted judgment by doing this work. And like
If you die in his name, he's going to bring you out. And if you die in his name, he's going to bring you
That's
back.
what I mean, exactly. That's why he was referencing the dead in Christ shall rise first. So if you got to die, you're going to be raised up in incorruptible body, celestial body. So some people still have to die, but you don't know what's going to happen. So
We'll win at the end of the day. That's
exactly, period. That's the ultimate goal. You don't have to, experience some pain, But where you are? Get on Revelations 20. This is going to elaborate on the other nations as well.
You get laws, you know what I mean? And when they break that law,
So when you read Revelations,
it's gonna fuck you up.
it's John going back and forth between history and prophecy. It doesn't give you the context, but you just gotta know what it's talking about. So I don't want to start. Well, I guess we can go into it. Start at.
So what do you think
Start
should
at
happen?
1.
Revelations 20 and 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit,
Bottomless pit.
and a great chain in his hand.
Uh-huh.
And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years.
Exactly. Bound him 1,000 years.
A little while. Come on. No more.
And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil, Satan, and bound him 1,000 years.
1,000 years.
African nations.
Yeah, so they have like
If I go to Africa and they hear my American tongue,
they don't even catch on.
I know.
2,000 year period. This 1,000 years is talking about when you ruled here.
Because the Israelites fled to West Africa.
Yeah, when Jesus Christ comes back, that's when
Ethiopian and Somalian, basically everybody in Africa rather than
That's one thing. Because a lot of them is kingdom. And it come out for a little while. Down years up, we don't come out no more. Then they'll be under a new word. You know what I'm saying?
So we ruled Europe for 1,000 years, and then white men took over.
Exactly, but that's
when
the
they
difference.
started,
Not in revelation.
European.
There ain't nothing at the end.
You had any space like that?
I mean, I just feel like most important
Come on, brother.
yourself, you know who you are and your background.
You're kind of special, so that's what you gotta.
Yeah, no, he always does that though. He comes up all the time and started to talk. You can't really understand him, but it's all
We
good.
were released from slavery.
But yeah, like I said, the Bible is talking about Europe when we ruled over the
We didn't
European.
even have real names.
Took over Europe. With,
So
yeah, it's in the past.
tracing
We're talking
back,
about history.
you go to
It's gonna reference another 1,000 years in a second. But we ruled Europe for 1,000 years. You know, King James was black. He was in Europe. Cleopatra is black. All that. during that time period. But we were in Europe ruling, England, Scotland, Britain, all that stuff. That's why I asked him about Anglo-Saxons. He didn't know who it was.
Yeah,
Anglo-Saxons are the angelic sons
I
of
know
light.
for one, my people were
Britons, yeah, exactly. The original Celts, the original the Irish, the original Irish, like all that. We were in Europe all that time.
Have you heard that Europe, the name Europe comes from Queen?
Yeah, Europa. Exactly. That's what I mean, yep. All that. We ruled,
was an idol.
yeah, exactly. We ruled Europe at one point. So that's what we're talking about. 1,000 years, we bound up for 1,000 years because white people were going to earth.
That's what it is.
He just made a CGI
And
of
then it says
recreation.
he will be loose, little Caesar.
Exactly.
That's right now.
Exactly, right now.
You see the CGI recreation of ancient Greek?
There's history on all that. I think I got the book right here.
They look at his skull features and everything. They made a recreation. That's Japheth, man.
Let me snap a picture of that.
The Negro question before.
I know what Haiti was, right? The reason why Haiti is
Britain,
so
Irish,
because, it was
England,
a
King of the
She
Scots. So
basically
we're talking about
allowed
all these
of
black
the slaves, everybody
kingdoms.
who was
And
running,
we're not kingdoms, but rulers.
there. So they
It's
said,
all
"Well,
Negro.
See, when you
let
tell
these
people that, they think they're
fuckers
fucking
there,
stupid.
you know,
They think it's like,
I know. You just gotta go to the history.
That's the whole reason why Haiti's
We ruled all Europe.
that's why I want to
It
get
is
my
bigger
books,
than-
so I can have evidence to
Yeah,
substantiate it.
exactly.
Tell people this stuff, they think you're fucking high on drugs.
What's that say? Black, Irish. This is black people. We rule Europe. But actually, this is what actually is. King James, black man. Yeah, exactly. That's a black man. That ain't no white man. That's why they try to demonize him. Exactly. The Bible was kind of like for the elites at that time. So they got mad because he released it to everybody. It was already ordained by the Most High.
Yeah, I was just going to say
They were mad at him because, first of all, he's a black king. He ruled England and Scotland at the same time. He ruled both of them. So they were just mad at him because he gave the Bible to the quote-unquote peasant. And obviously, it goes back to, well, yeah, keep reading that. But that's how we bound him for 1,000 years. We ruled over for 1,000 years. It's going to elaborate what you're talking about.
But when slave for 4,000 years, slave, the black was about 400 years.
Yeah, we're still in slavery right now.
And was it because they were asleep for 400 years, or they say,
We're in slavery. We're suppressed.
I mean, but how can let somebody, I'm going to say, okay, enslave, a white man enslave you when you got, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm going to say, enslave you for 400 years? I mean, you wouldn't know other all these other things.
You talking about? What's your question?
Okay, so basically, I heard
Verse 3.
saying,
He cast them into the bottomless pit
Exactly. Cast him into the bottomless pit.
and shut them up
Yeah, he was in the cage.
and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nation no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled.
all type of shit that
And after that, he
he
must be loose a little season.
White man, you know, just take a lovely spot, you know, up on
And
the
I saw thrones,
floor, you know,
and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them.
Go ahead.
And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua.
If you have no idea, you don't know who you are. Like for a person to say that they're third grade grammar, black is not, it cannot describe a person, place, or
You know, they bought 30,000 guillotines, right? You heard about that?
So when they
Government bought
claim
like
black,
30,000
they're already
guillotines.
fucked up.
They planning for
Already. That's the problem right there.
gathering. That's a person. But anybody that rebels against the
No,
system.
it's not because it's a lot of females that are
Look at that. Google it. 30,000 guillotines. They got them right now.
But
They got them right now. Go ahead.
just here in America, a lot of Americans
And for the word of the Most High,
steer away
They're headed to the word of the Most High. Not to the Christians get doctrine. It's true. Go ahead.
and which had not worshipped the beast,
Go ahead.
neither his image,
Exactly. Whoever doesn't worship these leaders, then just go ahead.
neither had received the mark, his mark, upon their foreheads,
You don't want to serve the beast system. Go ahead.
or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with the Hamashiach 1,000 years.
This is 1,000 years of their talking about. The second 1,000 years of Christ's return. The first 1,000 years was history. 1200 to what? 14 something before they came back in power. We were kings and queens of Europe and all that. That's 1,000 years ago. This second 1,000 years is talking about the kingdom. Go ahead.
But the rest of the dead lived not again until 1,000 years were finished.
That's how the other nations. The rest of the dead didn't live again until 1,000 years were finished. They were dead because they couldn't do what they wanted to do. They were oppressed by it for 1,000 years. So after 1,000 years, they're going to go back to their own land. They're going to be, sojourning in their own space.
This is the first resurrection.
First resurrection. Go ahead.
Those past 1,000 years, people also living like normal lives.
Because like I said, it was 13, 1400.
Yeah, it was lower mortality. If you did the 35 years old, you were considered like an elder.
Exactly.
Somebody said it.
It was bad in Europe. The survival was fit. There's no resources there. It's cold. Like, right now, what comes out of Europe? Cars. That's it. What else? Everything else is imported into Europe. Food, crops, all that. They don't have nothing more. So, it's kind of like
Not the rest of the world.
exactly. That's why they had to conquer Africa. But that's has all the resources. They got all the military bases in Africa, but they want to control the resources, diamonds, the gold, the oil, all the resources there. I mean, America has resources, but that's why they had to conquer America, because they got to control everything. They bought up all the land that has aquifers, right? Aquifers, like the water underground, like the fresh water underground. So when the water, that's what they're trying to poison all the lakes right now. All these quote-unquote oil spills and all these different lakes and rivers. They're trying to poison all the water, so by the time the real famine comes, you can't get natural water. Buy all the aquifers underground and control that.
I'm sure other places too, but this is one of the
this is where everyone's water used to come to us again. So underground aquifers and all that. So that's just another part of their little plan. Even though I found out about that a while ago, but and if you look up something called a documentary called Gasland, came out a long time. That's why it's like 08, 09. So this is old documentary. It's powerful. It's crazy. The white dude goes around all these different states. They Halliburton, you know what Halliburton is? Dick Cheney and all them. They created Halliburton, it's like a government contractor, where they go around. What the hell? They go around.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
You know what? It's basically where they get the natural gas about the ground.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They basically drill holes all the way like a mile down into the earth. They inject certain chemicals in the ground to break up the rocks or whatever. So when they do that, they're poisoning on the water around. So they're trying to buy up land. That's what the documentary is about. The gas. Exactly, hydraulic water fracking. Exactly, that's what it's called. Hydraulic water fracking. So when they do it, they're poisoning all the water. So when you look up this documentary, dudes going around all these different places where people like getting, they're basically trying to buy out the land because there's natural gas on the land. So if people don't want to move, they do it anyway. So if you live in that land, trying to drink the water, tap water, they gonna die because it's poison in the water now. So people getting all types of diseases and having ailments and all that stuff. So there's one clip where dude turns on the faucet, puts a light to the faucet, water gets on fire. That's how poisonous it is. It's crazy. And that's kind of what the Aaron Brockovich movie is about. You heard that movie, right? Aaron Brockovich with Julia.
And Jesse Jackson set it up.
What's
Why do you think Jesse Jackson was allowed to be the first black man to run for president?
Julia Roberts. She played Aaron Brockovich, which is a real story. It's a real story. Exactly. Aaron Brockovich is similar to the hydraulic water fracking. They were poisoning the water because she was a lawyer. She had to go to a small town and fight this big company, and she won. That's what the movie's about, Aaron Brockovich. But Gasland is something similar to that. So that's just like it all ties into the system. But you know, like I said, all that's going to come to naught. Like I said, all that's going to come to nothing because they're going to be destroyed. So that's what it comes down to. But just to be aware, you know, you definitely want to have water available for yourself because they're going to try to cut off all the supplies. raise prices of food, all that famine, and all that, race wars and all that stuff, all that's going to come to pass.
You can buy MREs, man. They're pretty cheap.
Farrakhan's white man. That's why I didn't know that.
You still need water. Water is mainly the main things. Be it MREs.
You gotta start storing water now.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Start storing your water, start storing your little canned food.
Living in a city like this is going to be so deadly, man, because
he exposed.
That's what I'm saying. There's no farmland. They're trying to cut off people from planting vegetables now. That's why another thing. What's the company name? Monsanto. Exactly. You know about Monsanto. They're trying to basically close off basically the market. Exactly. They try to put a patent on all the seeds. So if you want to go through get seeds, you got to go through this. GMO seeds. You can't grow your own crops. If you try to grow crops in your own backyard, you get a fine. They'll destroy it and pluck it up. They're doing it right now. So exactly. You can't.
His daughter tell you that again.
You can't catch rain. Yeah. They don't want you to catch rain. So, that's mainly why they put like the chemtrails in the air too, so the rain can be contaminated when it comes down. But you can filter it out. I'm not sure what the chemtrails is, but that's another thing they do. They spray on the chemtrails and they have it rain on them, so the chemicals can get everywhere.
You know what's the best way to purify water? Steam. Boil it. Steam collects. I forgot what it's called. Distilled water. You can buy
last time I heard about this happening,
it's like a little machine. I have one of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the best way.
So the steam is the fresh water.
Yeah, basically boil the water and then it has like a little pipe. But the steam collects inside of that coil, then it kind of like
distillers.
Yeah, distillers.
Yeah, bro. It's a lot that's going to happen. And like that's what faith can do.
Because he basically neighborhood kids guns. Unmarked guns too. Yeah, no,
it's a lot. But it's like what? Like 7:30. It's all good.
I appreciate the information for sure.
Come with the questions next week if you have.
I'm bad if sometimes I ask kind of like stupid questions, but it's like
yeah, you gotta learn. Like I say, somebody gotta teach you. Everybody that teaches on Facebook and Instagram or YouTube, don't got the right information. Some people learn wrong. It's not a problem, but if you just don't want to get corrected on it, something pops up. Okay, well this doesn't make sense. This doesn't line up with the scripture. Because the Bible's cohesive, like it all supposed to match. So you gotta work on that. Like other people have agendas. Some people, like to take a bag to change the doctrine up and try to deceive people. So it's all relative. But I appreciate that, brother. You come back next week. Actually, next week we're not gonna be here. We got an event in Atlanta we're gonna go to. So next week we're not gonna be here. We're not gonna be here next week.
The week after that.
Yeah, we got that. Yeah, we did. All right, brother. Nice seeing you. Definitely. So, I'll let you know. Plenty of lunch in this. It's already ready. I gotta drive back to Saturday. Let me see how much I got. Actually, I'm still in the first place. I'm gonna let me see what I got. Let me bring out.
Second Timothy 2:1. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace.
Exactly, be strong in grace, read.
And Hamashiach Yahushua. And the things that thou hast heard
read
of me among many witnesses.
Exactly, go ahead.
The same commit thou to faithful men.
Go ahead.
Who shall be able to teach also, others also.
Exactly. We're going to teach others also because, bro, we heard when we read in the Bible. This law, statutes, and commandments, the prophecies, all that we're going to teach other people. Like their brother that came up. Y'all brothers listening. We all teaching everybody. People that's watching on Facebook, YouTube, whatever the case may be. Go ahead.
Therefore, endure hardness as a good soldier of Hamashiach Yahushua.
Go ahead.
No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life.
Exactly. You don't entangle yourself with the affairs of this life because the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Read.
That he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier.
Go ahead.
And if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully.
Exactly. He strive lawfully according to the law. Go ahead.
The husbandman that laboreth must be first partaker of the fruits.
Exactly. You're talking about Yahushua. Read.
Consider what I say, and the Most High give thee understanding in all things.
Exactly. The Most High give you understanding in all things.
Most High.
Remember.
Get Rock 7. Go to 1 to 3. And go to 15. Well, yeah, no, of course not. That's not Jesus. That's a false idol. What's that?
Pardon me, brother. Well, what's your church?
What do you mean, what's my church?
Oh, I mean, you're preaching religion, right?
No, I'm not preaching religion.
Oh, well, what you doing?
I'm just preaching.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Please.
Have you heard of the Hebrew Israelites?
The Hebrew Israelites.
You read the Bible?
I have in the past. I don't really right now.
You believe in the Bible? You believe in God?
I believe in God.
What makes you believe in God?
That's the way I was raised. I was taught to.
So how do you learn about God?
Well, myself, I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness. I don't really believe in. I think that's a cult. I don't really believe.
Of course, yeah, that's a made-up doctrine. But
yeah.
How do you believe in God then?
How
do you learn about God other than the Bible?
Well, He speaks to me directly.
How?
He just does. I listen. I open my mind and I listen, and He speaks to me.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah.
So you can learn about God without the Bible?
No, I don't use the Bible. I don't have anything against the Bible.
That's actually interesting. That's actually crazy as well.
It is.
Because that doesn't make sense.
Listen, my name is Michael the Heretic.
What? You're a heretic?
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
Well, I preach against other religions. You know,
so you're coming against us?
No. I don't know you.
Do you know who you are?
I know who I am.
What's your nationality?
Oh, well, I'm earthling. My ancestors come from all over the place. You know, I got 1/8 Mexican, 1/8 Native American, Welsh, Irish, English,
What's
German.
your father?
My father, he was a mix. So I'm earthling.
What? That's not nationality.
Well, but the nations, like, I come from many nations.
I don't think so.
Well,
Who got your father?
That's what I'm saying. Who's your father?
Well, my dad was born. My dad was born on an Nez Perce Indian reservation on the Snake River in Washington in 1913. But he's mixed.
What tribe is he from?
Nez Perce, which is a branch of the Cherokee tribe. And he was 1/4. He was 1/4. And
I told you that. Mysterious.
So what do you call your religious group again?
The Hebrew Israelites of the Bible.
The Hebrew Israelites of the Bible.
The true children of God.
That's right.
The prophets of God. The people that are going to be saved.
I'm a child of God.
God has told
me. But I'm not saying you're not.
Of course you can.
And
because like I said, if there's that's not what the Bible says.
Yeah, but I don't really read the Bible.
I know. That's the Bible. You already said you're a heretic. You already said you're a heretic. So
how much you just? Well, I just preach against religions that I don't believe in. I don't know what you guys are doing, and I'm not inclined to preach against you anyway. It's just like,
so what do you believe in?
The Jehovah's Witnesses and the Catholics and some of the other big religions I know are wrong.
Of course.
And you know, they're not following.
You know
God.
what religion means?
It's like, say, the Pope. The Pope is an evil dude. He's not.
You're related to the Pope, though.
That's right. Not me. No, I don't think so.
You're all Europeans.
Yeah, but maybe. I'm not sure his ancestry. If it
you know what happened to the Cherokee Indians?
A lot of shit. But I don't know a lot of specifics, but some shit
What happened
happened.
to him?
Well, I know that my branch.
I'm sorry.
The Nez Perce, the branch of Cherokee that I come from, broke off when the white men were oppressing them, and came west and went to Washington.
Interesting. So you guys get an inheritance? Your father gets an inheritance?
And you know what? He was only 1/4. I'm only 1/8. I once checked in to see if it was available to me. I don't think I have enough. And there was no birth certificate for him. He was just born on an Indian reservation. He didn't have.
What about his father? You know his father?
I don't know anything about his dad.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know what a $5 Indian is?
A $5 Indian? No. Absolutely. What?
That's how you came Cherokee. That's how your father became Cherokee.
Oh, okay. Now tell me.
Back in the day, after the white men conquered the Cherokees and
Okay.
all the other tribes that were on the land, they slaughtered about 77 million Indians.
Right, a lot.
Andrew Jackson and all that, he was an Indian killer. That's what
Yeah.
So that's why they fled.
Right.
So by your father being on the Indian reservation, he purchased a way to be an Indian. He bought that with the $5. There's history on that.
Really?
So basically, that's why I asked you if you had inheritance.
No,
because
I'm gonna
listen.
Google it and
Exactly. This is what happened.
Okay.
You got when the white man conquered the Indians, they were trying to basically build treaties with them.
Right.
Get that in song.
Build treaties that they were going to not honor.
Of course, exactly. That's in the Bible as well. We're gonna read it.
Oh,
But this is what I was getting at. When the white man conquered them, they were trying to civilize them. They built up boarding schools. You know about that?
Yeah, and put the kids, put shoes on them.
Exactly. Suits and ties and all that. Cut their hair. Made them force them
to turn them into white people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So your father being on the reservation, now you're saying you're a quarter Indian.
I'm 1/8.
That's crazy. You're not 1/8 of anything.
My dad was 1/4. He was a quarter Nez Perce, and so that makes me 1/8. My children are 1/16. I think that's how it works. I could be wrong.
I mean, hey, you can say that, but you are who your father is. Period. Point blank.
Yeah, but he was a mix.
And you're European to me. That's what I think.
Well, I appear to be European. I'm Earthling.
That's not a nationality. But this is the point. This is the point I was getting
on
at.
all my government forms, where it says ethnicity, I write Earthling.
What does that mean?
I'm from many nations.
Did they take what's it called? When you're born.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You got that? Have you heard it? You know what that means?
No.
You have no rights to the land. That's what it means. So whatever you put, like that's the trick.
I know.
The video,
the government does all kinds of tricks. Like when they want me to sign a ticket, they tell you this is not an admission of guilt. Well, you're signing a contract, and you're giving authority of the court over you. And I don't want the court to have authority over me.
That's true.
So I print under duress. And then when they want me to sign a promise to appear in court, why would I sign a contract, Your Honor?
True.
Do you plead innocent or... Well, first off, I don't know Your Honor. I go, sir or ma'am. Because stating Your Honor, giving them honor, it's a scam.
It's all pseudo.
So they have no honor. So I just call them ma'am or sir. And then when I'm supposed to plead innocent or guilty, I refuse to enter a plea. Because I do not... If I were to enter a plea, it would be... consenting to the authority of the court, and I do not consent to it. I do not stand under the court. I do not understand the court. So anyway, I didn't mean to cut you off. That's just how I play. The last time I went to DMV, I'm going to show you my ID. I'm real proud of this. This is like a Christmas present to myself.
What is this?
That's a spaghetti strainer with 33 syringes in it.
Yeah, you're an Edomite. You're for sure an Edomite.
That's right.
33 little skull beads.
That's just
No, I'm a heretic. I'm a heretic.
I believe that. I believe it. You're an Edomite.
And even if I don't believe,
start calling yourself Edomite. Instead of heretic. Michael
okay, I'll look that up.
Yeah, look up Edomite.
Okay, absolutely.
You and your father and the rest of the Europeans are Edomites.
So even if I don't agree with your guys' philosophy, I'm not going to preach against you guys. I like what you're telling me. You're a very informed individual, and so I won't I promise not to ever commit heresy against your group here, because I
don't
just
believe that.
You know, but like the poll, definitely. The Jehovah's Witnesses, definitely.
You don't
Our
like the poll?
government, I preach against our government fucking constantly every day. Our president's a fucking moron. You know?
Say that. I like Trump though.
No, he's not.
He's honest.
He's not all
He's
that.
He's an honest white man. He's an idiot, but he's honest.
Yes, exactly.
I appreciate that. Out of all the presidents, he's an honest guy, man. He says who he hates, and he says who he likes.
Not really that proud. There's not that much to be proud of.
Because I heard like.
Were you born on the reservation?
No, I was born in a hospital.
Yeah, I just heard you say our president.
Well, I mean, technically he is. I didn't vote for him. He's a moron. I wouldn't vote for him.
If you're earthly, you wouldn't vote anyway. You wouldn't be involved in anything for it. You'd be actually off the grid. Are you off the grid somewhere?
No, not yet. Not yet. I plan to go off grid soon.
Okay.
You know, hey, Armageddon or something's coming.
It's in the Bible, right?
Well, I don't know that. I think God, personally, I don't see. This is one of my heresy things. I don't really think God plans on destroying the earth.
He's not going to destroy the earth. He's going to destroy certain parts of the earth.
And well, maybe not. But just my take on it. I don't believe.
Have you seen that sign or this sign right here?
And I go, good. I go, because I need it. Like
the end of the world. See, that's the Jehovah's Witnesses believe in the same thing.
It's in the Bible.
Well, it is. It absolutely. It has. But see, my take is, and I'm not saying that you guys are wrong for believing in the Bible, but I don't think that God doesn't write words. God writes DNA, and God made dinosaurs, and God made lions, and God made monkeys, and God made us. You know what I mean? And that's how the thing God writes.
So you don't think he would use a man as a vessel to write a book?
Well, maybe. It's possible, but I think probably myself.
How do people come up with inventions? They just come up with it on his own?
Personally, I think...
No divine intervention?
Men wrote the Bible.
Of course they did.
They meant well.
Divine men.
And they may have...
Holy men.
And they may
Israelites.
And they may have been inspired by God.
Of course they were.
Because I don't.
You know what makes the Bible true? You know what makes the Bible true?
I wasn't there, but I think men.
You know what makes the Bible true, though? Prophecy. You know what prophecy is?
Yeah.
You know things were written over 3,000 years ago that are happening right now?
You know, the Jehovah's do the same.
Because they believe in the Bible, but they have a little different understanding.
Yeah.
But they have a few things correct.
Well, their leader, the guy that came up with it, yeah, they got a lot of stuff that might be correct, but you know, like their family values, I believe in their family values. Spare the rod of discipline, spoil the child.
Exactly.
Not that you got to beat
That's
your
in the
kid
Bible.
with a stick like that. My mom used a little wooden spoon to whip my ass when I was
it's for discipline, yeah.
But
so you don't do
what's
going on.
When I was trying to be spoiled, a little punk doing my own thing, my mom.
You need to tell your other ancestors that, your other people that. The other white people that go around rape, robbing, murdering people.
Oh yeah, no, it's all
those
bad.
are your people, right?
I'm not proud of that.
Are those your people?
Well, they're my family. I'm related to some of that.
I know. So you got to get judged with them. That's what's going to happen.
I got to do.
You have to get judged with them.
Oh, how come? Can I be judged?
All of us got judged.
Well, can't I be judged just for me and what I do?
What do you do?
I'm a heretic. Amongst
exactly,
things.
you're a heretic against
I do many things.
You're a heretic against God.
No. I don't preach against God.
Yeah, you do.
No. I mean,
you say you don't believe in his book, though.
Well, not really, but I don't say I don't believe in God.
You said God deals with you directly. That doesn't make sense.
No, he does.
God doesn't deal with anybody one-on-one. If you were dealing with one, you have a part of his book.
Did God speak to Abraham directly? No, the angels.
Exactly.
No, but he spoke directly to.
He spoke directly to the Israelites.
Did he speak directly to what? No, Noah. No, Noah. He spoke directly to Noah. How did Noah hear to build the? They're just curious. No, I don't know. It was. I haven't read the Bible. Oh, just walking.
God walked in the garden.
It was like the voice of God came down and told him to build a boat.
He said God was walking through the garden. That's what it says.
Oh.
Get Genesis.
Well, he talked to Adam.
Read that real quick.
He talked to Adam and Eve, though, right? He talked to Adam.
Are you sure?
I thought. Well, that's not what the Jehovah's teach. I don't
Of course.
know.
That's where they go off. They
go off.
They don't understand the Bible.
Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter.
Prepare slaughter.
For his children.
Children of who?
For his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
The iniquity of the fathers of the Europeans that went around raping. Iniquity is like a sin, like a transgression.
So I have to pay for the transgressions of my father.
Of course.
Okay.
Those Native Indians that claim that you're from, those aren't your people. You're not on a reservation with them.
Well, they're all my people.
All
of my.
Why don't you go back to the reservation?
My grandfather and my great-grandfather and my great-great-grandfather, even though I didn't, I met my dad, and all those, my dad was 51 when I was born, so grandpa was long gone. And so I don't know any of those people, but they're still my family.
Where's your father now?
Oh, he's long gone. He died when I was 14.
Was he living on a reservation?
He was born on a reservation.
I know, but what happened when you were born? Where did he move you to?
Oh, yeah, I was born in Seattle, Washington. He met my mom and was living in Seattle, Washington, and I was born in a hospital outside.
How come you didn't stay on a reservation?
My dad didn't want to be on a reservation. There was no economic.
Oh, yeah,
Interesting. There's no money. My dad.
You're right. Why is there no money there?
Well, because the white man wants it that way.
Wow, isn't that ironic? Read that.
Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their fathers.
For the iniquity of them European men that raped and murdered Indians. Go ahead.
That they do not rise nor possess the land.
Yeah, you're not gonna rise nor possess the land anymore.
Nor fill the face of the world with sins.
I don't possess the land.
Your people do. That's the point.
Well, they do down at that tribe does, but I'm not part of that.
I'm talking about all over the world.
Yeah.
You got military bases in Africa, military bases in Australia, military bases all throughout Asia. You didn't, colonize Japan, colonize that.
American military bases are
Puerto Rico, Guam, all that madness.
Yeah,
Cuba, it's all madness because of your people.
Yeah.
Don't you think they deserve judgment?
Oh, they do, but I don't deserve to be judged because of their sins. Because my sins, if I'm a heretic, if I'm standing before God or whoever the judges are, and they're like, "You're a heretic, you're guilty of heresy,"
they're going to say that.
I'm guilty. Yes,
You're admitting it right now, right?
But for my sin, but for my dad's sin. See, I don't really follow the Bible, so I don't know.
Well, we're telling you either way.
That. I mean,
it's fine.
Okay, let's just do this. You still benefit from my supremacy anyways.
Yeah, I kind of do.
You do, right?
Yeah. Well, I can go just get a job anywhere. I can walk up and, hey, give me a job.
Look at this guy.
And they'll see, oh, you're a white dude. Come on, you're
exactly.
I don't go, hey, I'm a white guy. Give me a job. But I do benefit.
So you're not. So you're not 1/8 Indian.
No, I am 1/8 Indian.
You're European.
I'm mostly European.
That's why we mentioned $5 Indian.
I'm 3/4 European, 1/8 Indian, 1/8 Mexican.
Well, this is how the Bible works. You are who your father is. Your father is a European, you're a European. So if he's 1/4,
he was a mix.
But his father wasn't an Indian. You know why we know he's not an Indian?
No, I believe his mom.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's why it all ties in.
I see the math.
Exactly, because when you reference the $5 Indian thing, Indians get like a stipend from the government, $20,000, $10,000.
It's off that $5.
Exactly. So they signed. Exactly. You white people signed up for that benefit, and that's why you don't run casinos. Indians don't run the casinos. Right. Indians on reservations drink themselves to death.
Sad.
And that's because of you. That's what you got to be punished for. Your father was on that reservation oppressing people. That's why he can be freely to leave.
My father didn't oppress anybody.
He had a freedom to leave the reservation because he wasn't those people. That's what happened.
He chased money. He actually
chased money.
Well, he left the reservation to get a job because there was no jobs on the reservation. There was no way.
So why don't you think the other Indians left the reservation?
To make a living, he left the reservation. A lot of people leave Africa because there's no money over there, and
that's a lie.
Well,
Africa has the most resources on earth. They just don't control the resources. You know who controls it? China, Europeans, the French.
Of course. But there's a lack.
So that's why. That's why they leave and come here.
There's a lack of economic opportunity for some black brothers over there, and they leave there to go find work somewhere else because they want money. Just like the folks that came, across our southern border from South America, a lot of them are just trying to, there's no economic opportunities there.
Why?
They gotta make because of the white guy, of course, and not
bring it out.
No, I didn't do it though.
I didn't say you did.
But
you guys suffer together with them.
But my white tribe,
Edomites. You're Edomites.
The 3/4 Edomite tribe that I'm a part of. I'm 3/4. So
you're 100% Edomite.
And maybe.
No, you are.
Well, no, you're back.
Numbers one day
See me, I count mom and dad myself, but you don't. So.
But if you look up the science real quick, if you look up the science of getting a woman pregnant, none of the woman's DNA is in that child.
You don't think so?
Because the seed penetrates the egg, right?
I thought that it was a combination of both DNAs.
I mean, phenotypically, yeah.
I'm not a scientist.
The blood doesn't mix because it's like a.
The child has his own bloodstream.
Exactly, the child has his own bloodstream, and the
based
father's seed.
Based on the father.
Exactly, the father's seed is the only thing that's incubated. The mother,
that out.
that's science.
Yeah.
So nothing of your mother is in you. You have everything of your father.
Hey, you know what, guys? You come out here very often.
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday, like around this time.
3 o'clock to maybe 7, 7:30.
I got a buddy waiting for me. I was only supposed to be 10 minutes.
Read Revelation 13. Real quick, let me get one more.
Yeah, absolutely.
One more.
Absolutely.
Even if you don't believe it or
No,
not,
I'm
we just gotta tell you because that's our job.
Yeah.
You're the devil the Bible speaks of if I didn't tell you yet. But
That's right.
you bring that up.
Revelations 13 and 10.
Read.
He that leadeth into captivity.
White people led all these people into captivity. Right. What did Jesus Christ say?
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
You're gonna go into slavery eventually.
I'm already a slave.
Technically, yeah,
I mean,
you're right. But there's going to be hardcore bondage on your horizon.
Every time they write me a parking ticket, I have to pay that ticket, and that's slavery.
True. Working a job is slavery. You know what employee means?
Taxes.
An employee is a French word for saying slave.
Oh yeah, I get compensated for it though.
He that
all right, man. Shalom.
He that killeth with the sword.
Go ahead.
Must be killed with the sword.
Europeans came over to the Americas.
I've never killed anybody with a sword.
Your people. You're part of your people.
My dad was a World War II vet.
Interesting. So he went over there and killed
He didn't go to the theater. He was stationed in Alaska, but there was the Japanese.
There was that white crazy man.
There was one.
In World War II, he didn't go to either theater. He was stationed here.
He was in Alaska, and the Japanese. So you know how the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor? Well, they also led one small invasion force into Alaska, and he was a part of that battle. He lost the tip of his finger.
So did he take his Japanese to service here?
I don't know. I know he was a firefighter, but beyond that, I don't know.
He was a firefighter, so he had guns?
No, yeah, he was in a fight. He was in a live firefight. So he had the sword.
I believe it. He said he had the sword. Yeah, it is.
Here is the nation. He that killeth with the sword.
Your father killed with the sword. Your father was killed with the sword.
He's too late. He's already dead.
Because prepare slaughter for the
Right.
It all lines up already. That's why you don't believe the Bible. The Bible is for you. But as far as future prophecy, that's why it's prophecy. The prophecy that's going to happen in this earth is that he goes to slaves, Native Americans, God shows the people holy.
Native Americans are
Native Americans. Not your father. Not you. Let me show you something real quick.
All over the earth, like
who this is?
Like how about the indigenous people of Australia?
It's possible, but I'm not familiar. I don't think so, honestly, but they all got wiped out anyway.
You guys are all indigenous.
No, we're from Israel. We're the real Israelites.
That's right.
Them fake white Jews over there aren't Jews. You believe that?
No, that's all bullshit.
Yeah, you know about 1948, right? Balfour Declaration, 1948?
Open Israel.
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
After World War II, there was the Balfour Declaration. That's why they call it the State of Israel. It's not a country. The State of Israel was bought first as a corporation.
1948.
So these fake white
America's a corporation.
Exactly. So that's why it's called Israel. Right?
No, they're like this, and they work why? It doesn't make any sense.
Those are your
They
kids.
work with a white woman, and you're saying, you should say,
I gotta take off, but I'm gonna come back and talk to you.
Not next Saturday, but Saturday.
Okay. So, what are you guys' names?
What's your name?
You call me a preacher slave master. You call me a preacher slave master.
That's
Call me Lord, man. Call me
Lord.
That's right.
Let's go.
Lord.
Call me Lord.
Lord.
That's right.
Slave master, Lord. How about you, brother?
I hate you.
Okay.
Bring it out!
Bring it out!
Bring it out!
You killed my ancestor. You indoctrinated my children. I hate you.
I'm my brother's
I'm sorry for the
I don't care. I don't care. You're a serpent. You come with words.
Bring it out!
You're still on our land.
Bring it out!
And I own no
I don't care. You're a serpent. I don't trust you. You're my enemy. You're my long life enemy. Die.
Okay, that's fine. But I just, please let me, you don't have to accept my apology for my ancestors, but I am sorry for what my ancestors did.
I don't care.
Hey, we don't take your apology.
I respect that.
If you're sorry, Better than having kissed these groups.
No, I'm not that sorry. But I do extend my personal apology to all the natives that my ancestors fucked with. What's your name, man?
Would you apologize for your ancestors?
I just did.
He just did.
I just did.
With a form of physical display.
Well, I'm not going to kiss his feet. But what else you got?
I don't even want your nasty saliva on my foot.
You know who we are, man. You know who we are. Stop playing coy.
Have you seen the Israelites before?
Stop playing coy.
That Israelites.
On YouTube? Have you seen videos? Facebook?
No, I've heard of. Well, I ran into some other cats over here that I think were like black Israelites.
This man, no, man.
But I didn't really.
You didn't talk to them?
Just for a minute, not like this. We didn't have this good a conversation.
Okay.
This is a very interesting philosophical conversation.
Yeah, we can teach you a little bit more
I would love
in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. I can't promise I'll be around.
Not a problem.
But if I see
Every week after that, we're gonna be here. Saturdays, 3 o'clock to
Cool. I hope to see you guys
Definitely.
again. And even you.
We're gonna tell you your judgment, man.
Please
and
forgive my ancestors for their
I hope you
sins.
can tell your other Edomite friends
all I can do is
that they're going into slavery.
I can't wait for the race war.
Why are they going to tell how much you
I don't want to see the race.
That's right.
It's coming. It's coming.
You guys kill my ancestors. You guys put walls up on my ancestors. You do nothing but kill us.
But you know,
when push comes to shove, who are you going to team up with?
No, what's
The Edomite.
Edom people. My revolution is coming.
There's three heavens.
For the poor people. It's time for the poor people to eat the rich. That's my revolution. When the poor people rise up and eat the rich and seize their property, kill the richest children, I'm part of that revolution.
Heaven's right here in the sky, and space, and then
I hope we're on the same side.
Space like the stars and
We'll see when that day comes. People had a perpetual hate for our people. You guys have hated us from day one. You hate us every day.
I don't.
Okay, now, but you're saying there's 3 heavens.
That's that. You don't know what love is. You don't know what love is. Love is when you keep the commandments. That's what love is.
This right here is a scar from a pacemaker. And the reason they gave my pacemaker to me is my heart is enlarged.
Is there an RFID chip in there?
Probably.
Ooh, man.
Probably.
Oh,
I don't know.
Man.
I don't know.
Oh, praise. Get the most high in hand, man. Get the most high in hand, man. You know what that leads to?
And if you don't, then my bitch, you'll be heading up.
I know it's not bad.
You know, they probably put cyanide in there.
I don't know. They might have. I don't know.
It's bad.
But it keeps me alive. And the reason that I have this pacemaker is because my heart is enlarged. Because my heart is full of love, and it needs to be bigger and love more.
You ain't got no love. Your people were created to be wicked. It's in the scriptures. It's in the scriptures. Your people are a sword. How can that be good which was created to be wicked? You were created to be wicked. You were created to put us through.
But I'm not.
Hey, y'all gotta calm down. Y'all gotta calm down over there.
I'm the firstborn child of God, like we all are. I was born.
No, you're not.
Well, I believe. I listen to what you believe, and you don't have to agree with me. You can certainly say I'm not.
You're right.
But I believe
Habakkuk 2 and 4.
We're all the firstborn child of God.
His soul
and I
which is
love
lifted
you.
up.
Your soul's
It's
not
not
lifted up.
upright in him.
Heretic, you're not lifted up. Your soul's not
And I hope
But
that
the just shall
when the
live by
revolution
his
comes,
faith.
we're on the same side. That's all I'm saying. You're a
Yea,
very passionate
also
man.
because he transgressed by one.
So-
White people transgress by
I'll
one,
talk to you guys
philosophy,
next
read.
week or the
He
week
is a
after
proud man.
Your white people are proud men. Read.
Neither keepeth at home.
White people that conquer the earth. Y'all don't keep at home in caves. Read.
Who enlarges his desires hell.
Exactly. You want to conquer the earth and oppress everybody.
And is
That's
as
your goal.
death.
You're as death. You just bring death and destruction wherever you go.
It cannot be satisfied.
Exactly. You still.
We just know what that say. And
There you go.
no, what does that say? What does that say?
But gather it unto him all nations.
That don't mean nothing.
That don't.
That just means your property. It's not 66. No. You might be a part of that though if you don't repent. Go ahead.
Okay, no repent.
And heapeth unto him all people.
Exactly. America heaped on them all people. It was philosophy.
And then
one more.
I'm saying.
Finish out with this lesson. I'm gonna close out with one more. Yeah, Sirach 7 and 1-3. Then we're gonna close out.
Sirach 7 and 1. Do no evil, so shall no harm come unto thee.
Exactly. When you do no evil, you're keeping the laws. Go ahead.
Depart from the unjust.
Exactly. Depart from these damn crackers, man. That damn devil, 2 devils came up here again, talking about they believe in the Bible. They don't know a damn thing about it. Go ahead.
And iniquity shall turn away from thee.
Exactly. Depart from evil, iniquity will turn away from you. Keep the laws. Read.
My son, sow not upon the furrows of unrighteousness.
Exactly. Sow not upon the furrows of unrighteousness. Read.
And thou shalt not reap them sevenfold.
That's 3. Go to 15.
Verse 15. Hate not laborious work,
Go ahead.
neither husbandry, which the Most High hath ordained.
Exactly. The Most High ordained their prophets to come out and teach the truth of the Bible. The husbandry is what? When Yahweh redeems the Israelites.
That's it. And child, and a man, read that number.
Verse 16, number not thyself among the multitude of sinners. But remember that wrath will not tarry long.
Exactly. Wrath will not tarry long. It's not going to be held back. These last days, wrath is not going to tarry long. I mean, it's not going to be spared. There's going to be wrath.
What will not be spared?
People that are sinners.
And yes, Christ came for sinners, not for saints.
You're a sinner.
No, I'm not.
You are a sinner.
How am I a sinner?
You keep the laws of God?
If you don't think, yes, I know the word. I'm saying that's.
Do you believe? Do you keep the laws of God?
Yes, the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments. Yes.
There's 613 commandments.
No, 10. I can say.
There's 613.
God was the 10 Commandments with his finger and said, and I was there when he wrote it.
But
and my sister got married.
So there's 5 books. There's 5 books of Moses.
And 5 books. You mean the Torah?
5 books.
And yes.
And there's laws in all 5 books.
What?
There's laws in all 5 books.
The 10 Commandments.
There's more than 10 commandments.
Have you kept the 10 Commandments?
Is homosexuality a commandment? Not being a homosexual?
That's right. When they had to get a commandment.
Is homosexuality part of the 10 commandments?
Homosexuality?
Is that a part of the 10 commandments?
You tell me.
No.
Is it a part of the 10 commandments?
You know the 10 Commandments yourself?
I'm asking you.
Read the 10 Commandments. You got the Bible.
Is it a part of the 10 commandments?
No, don't ask me, bro. I'm saying,
what are the 10 commandments?
I got you.
Of course you don't know.
That means you don't keep them.
Exactly. You don't keep the 10 commandments.
Watch that tell you bad opinion. You that telling me that.
I'm just asking you.
I'm not taking man. I just told you. God was teaching with his finger.
I just asked you.
Well, what's that tell you?
So you can be a homosexual?
No, I'm not. One can't get the man.
Yes or no?
I can be scrapping.
I'm talking about not you yourself.
I like women. I like pussy. I like sex.
Exactly. You smart. Exactly. That's the point.
Hey, at least you're keeping that law.
Yeah, exactly.
That law. No, you probably got to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. Get throughout 32, 14, and 16. You can come back and forth.
Yeah. Sirach 32 and 14. Whoso fear Yahweh will receive his discipline.
Exactly. You see the Most High discipline, read.
And they that seek him early shall find favor.
Exactly. You seek him early, you're going to find favor, read.
He that seek the law shall be filled therewith.
Get married.
But the hypocrite will be offended thereof. But the hypocrite will be offended thereof.
You're going to be offended when we bring out these commandments and laws. Go ahead.
They that fear Yahweh shall fear judgment.
Exactly. Go ahead. You're going to fear judgment, so you don't want to be judged by that. Read.
It shall kindle justice as a light.
Go ahead.
A simple man will not be reproved.
Go ahead.
But findeth an excuse according to his own will.
Exactly. So you sinners, you don't want to be sinners. I am a God.
You're a God or the God or one God?
No, I'm not the God.
You're not the God, but a God.
I'm a God.
Which means? God. Yes, I'm God. Yes, I'm God.
You're a God. Yes,
yes I'm God. Yes, the
He's
only
God. I'm a God. You're God. Not you.
Only and the Mormon church is the only true church.
No, that's not true. That's not true. You don't know the Bible, brother. You don't know more. You need to cut this off. Get James 3, 13 to 18. Actually, got like 3 more. We can finish this actually. Started ended 30 minutes ago. The devil came up. 3, 13, 18.
What's that?
Nah, we don't got weed.
Nah,
we don't smoke weed.
Para de fumar.
You need to stop doing that, or God is going to take care of you.
Hey man, that's not smart. That's not smart.
That's not something we should be doing, brother.
Get James 3 and 13.
James 3 and 13.
Check it out.
Who is a wise man and endued with knowledge among you?
Go ahead.
Let him shew out of a good conversation his work with meekness of wisdom. But if ye have bitter envying and strife in your hearts, glory not and lie not against the truth.
Lie not against the truth.
You know, Satan is
This
angel.
wisdom
And
descendeth not from above, but is earthly and sensual and endeavoring.
Can we read?
For where envying and strife is,
What did he say?
there is confusion in every evil word.
Can we read, brother? Golly.
But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be inherited.
Go ahead.
Full of mercy.
Exactly.
And good fruits.
Go ahead.
Without partiality.
Exactly.
And without hypocrisy.
It's talking about the law. You got that's 18?
And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace. Give him a flag.
Where you at? 13 to 18? Brother right there. You done? Job 11, 14 to 20. We just keep rambling. Job 11, 14 to 20. What did he say?
He said he wants some meat, not a flag.
Oh, man. People bugged the hell out, man. That's crazy.
Job 11 and 14. If iniquity be in thine heart, put it far away.
Exactly. If you want to sin, put it far away from you. You don't want to sin no more. Or you're going to come upon that judgment. Read.
And let not wickedness dwell in thy tabernacle.
Go ahead.
For then shalt thou lift up thy face without spot.
And that's to say, he goes by many names.
Yea, yea, thou shalt be steadfast and shalt not fear.
Exactly. You're going to be steadfast and not fear. Read.
Because thou shalt forget thy misery and remember it as waters that pass away.
Exactly. Go ahead.
And thine age shall be clearer than the noonday. Thou shalt shine forth and shalt be as the morning.
Go ahead.
And thou shalt be secure.
You're going to be secure. Read.
Because there is hope. Yea, thou shalt dig about thee. And thou shalt take thy rest in safety.
Exactly. We can be in salvation.
Also, thou shalt lie down, and none shall make thee afraid.
Go ahead.
Yea, many shall make suit unto thee. But the eyes of the wicked shall fail.
You don't know me, man.
And they shall not escape. And their hope be as the giving up of the ghost.
A mí no, loco, a mí no, okay.
You from Cuba?
Oh, yeah, say Cuba também. Era cubano?
Honduras.
Oh, eu sou catracho. Garífuna? Garífuna? Ele Garífuna. Hã? De La Ceiba era Garífuna. Hã? Benjamin.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, oye.
¿Y con quién eres?
¿Sabía que nosotros somos los descendientes de Israel?
¿De qué?
Nosotros somos descendientes de Israel.
¿Qué quieres decir?
¿Ah? ¿Sí conoce la Biblia?
¿Ah?
¿Sí conoce la Biblia?
Ni quiero conocerlo.
¿No lo quiero conocer?
No, yo no quiero conocerlo.
Dice el libro de Estamos pagando. Sería eso.
Con todo el respeto, mi hermanito, eso para mí no existe confianza.
Porque mira.
Porque ¿sabe por qué? Porque si Dios decide la verdad va.
Benjamin from Honduras.
Hay violencia en el mundo. Porque hay mucha violencia en el mundo. No.
Por eso está escrito. Eso está escrito. Eso todo está escrito.
No, ¿a dónde? ¿Tú te crees todo cuando le dices? ¿Sí?
Porque la Biblia me explica por qué nosotros estamos en la situación que estamos ahorita.
Eso es solo un libro, loco, ya. Eso es un libro.
¿Qué es Dios? ¿No?
No existe, loco.
God doesn't exist, and now we preach chapter 4.
That's crazy.
Sí, existe porque los pastores de sacerdotes estaban violando a los niños y la gente de la iglesia. Porque ¿dónde estaba Dios para salvarla? ¿Dónde estaba Dios?
What was God when someone got raised?
Yeah.
Same explanation about that brother was talking.
Yeah. It's different. That's all it is.
Eso le da todo el juicio,
Mira, te voy a decir una cosa con todo respeto, mi hermanito. Estamos viviendo un mundo de hipócrita, de hipocresía.
De todo, man.
¿Ah?
De todo.
De todo, de eso ya. Hola. Yo soy una persona que yo me respeta. Yo me respeto la creencia tuya y los demás, ¿me entiendes? Lo que usted cree, me tiene que respetar después.
That people was done for.
Look, he wants to be there.
Get that one. You hear the 20?
Yeah. No, wait a minute. 14, Job 11:14.
My bad, no veo.
Cuida.
If iniquity be in thine hand, put it far away, and let not wickedness dwell in thy tabernacle.
Go ahead.
For then shalt thou lift up thy face without spot. Yea, thou shalt be steadfast and shalt not fear.
Go ahead.
Because thou shalt forget thy misery.
We gonna forget our misery, read.
And remember it as waters that pass away. And thine age shall be clearer than noonday. Thou shalt shine forth, and thou shalt be as the morning. And thou shalt be secure, because there is hope. Yea, thou shalt dig about thee, and thou shalt take thy rest in safety. Thou shalt lie down, and none shall make thee afraid.
Exactly. This is talking about us in the kingdom. Go ahead.
Yea, many shall make suit unto thee. But the eyes of the wicked shall fail.
Go ahead.
And they shall not escape. And their hope shall be as the giving up of the ghost.
Exactly. Their hope is them dying, period. So all these other nations, Edomites especially. That's 20? All right, man. With that, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. And say, death to America.
Death to America.
Shalom.